This is Dr. Matez.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome. It's our top of the hour break. If you're new here, make sure you subscribe, and everyone watching, click that like button. That helps spread the word about this video. Liking the video, very important to that YouTube algorithm everyone's always talking about. It helps get this video and my channel recommended to other people that like this type of content. And we're live on a whole bunch of radio stations, FM and AM radio stations. And we broadcast a morning drive here in Florida, taking live calls, talking about the issues with our radio listeners. And you guys watching on YouTube, you're welcome to call in as well.
93.
Here we go.
Is brought to you by Attorney Barry Siegel at the Siegel Law Group. Are you concerned with the distribution of your assets at the time of your passing? Avoid probate. Call the Siegel Law Group with 9 offices throughout South Florida, from Palm Beach Gardens to Coral Gables. Call toll-free 1-855-FLA-3782.
You are listening to South Florida's longest-running radio show, The Steve Kane Show. To call the show toll-free, dial 1-888-COCAINE-1. That's 1-888-COCAINE-1. And...
Yes. All right, welcome to the program, everyone. All right, my name is Brian Craig. That's right, you're listening to the Steve Kane Radio Show, Florida's longest-running radio show on the radio since 1977. It is 4 minutes after 6 o'clock in the morning, Tuesday morning, April 27th, 2021. Oh, man, do we have a lot to talk about today. We'll talk about what very well may be criminal activity done by John Kerry. We'll get to that in just a bit. That's a humongous story. And we have some major updates I'm going to get to in a few minutes, too, about this incident with Andrew Brown Jr. that has the city shut down in a state of emergency up there. We're going to get to all this stuff and take your calls as well at 1-888-GO-KANE-1. Welcome, one and all. If you're new here, we are live Monday through Friday from 6 until 9 a.m. You can listen to us on the radio on 96.9 FM, 95.3 FM, and AM 1470. We're live Monday through Friday from 6 until 9 a.m. with an overnight rebroadcast midnight till 6 a.m., 7 nights a week on those radio stations. And both live and overnight, you can also listen to us on the iHeart Radio app, searching like Ron DeSantis does right now. The Florida governor has done an excellent job running his state, not just through COVID, but in general as well. The economy in Florida is booming, no doubt about that. The population is growing. Yeah, we have about 1,000 new Floridians every day, and freedom is thriving in Florida. Given that success, Ron DeSantis represents a clear and present danger in 2024, they say here, with his fairly unique composition and discipline and rhetorical wit that allows him to make his opponents, including the media, look like idiots. Thus, the attacks against him have grown more and more laughable. Even still, there's always new heights of cringe to aspire to, and there are people who follow him around, and he every day he's somewhere. He's somewhere every day in Florida at some event. He was just in Delray over the weekend. And there's one guy that they focus in here, Thomas Kennedy, who's a big anti-Ron DeSantis guy, and they have him over the weekend. Ron DeSantis went to this new thing in Delray Beach up on Atlantic Avenue, and he had some pizza, and this anti-DeSantis derangement syndrome sufferer tweeted, his name's Thomas Kennedy, Ron DeSantis eating a pizza is extremely disturbing. For all you MAGA cult followers throwing a tantrum over this tweet, your guy, meaning DeSantis, is a weirdo. I don't know, he looks like he's eating pizza, he's standing up with some others eating pizza, and he's trying not to get the pizza on his shirt. Thomas Kennedy holds the lofty position of being an activist who stalks Ron DeSantis, they say here in Red State, to yell things at him. Right, his organization called United We Dream bills itself as the first and largest immigrant youth-led organization in the country. They want to abolish ICE, and they go out and then they just follow him around, making fun of Ron DeSantis. Then there's an attorney whose name is Daniel Ufielder. He was the guy that you saw dressed up as the Grim Reaper at the beach, and he has a photograph of Ron DeSantis eating a slice of pizza, and he tweeted, "This is how a fascist eats pizza." He's calling Ron DeSantis a fascist. They hate Ron DeSantis so much, they're going to keep attacking him in harsher and harsher ways. It goes on and on and on. Because if you guys, if you don't follow Ron DeSantis in the media, you should. Because it's not just these Democrats that are stalking him at all of his appearances and tweeting snarky things at him. The left-wing media, in particular CNN, have been following him as well. And he has exchanges with the left-wing media, the mainstream media, CNN all the time, just like President Trump's exchanges with Jim Acosta. And he is clever, he's brilliant, he's swift, and he shuts them all down in very sophisticated ways. You saw this run-in he had with 60 Minutes. And, you know, Donald Trump is obviously the MAGA leader, but number two is Ron DeSantis. And long-term, Ron DeSantis is the future of this MAGA movement. You know, Liz Cheney, they're trying to float this idea that Liz Cheney is going to run for president. You know, not only does she look like her dad, she has his mannerisms, if you've noticed this. I saw her yesterday talking about not inviting President Trump to this Republican retreat they're doing here in Florida. And she said that the party leaders are elected officials. That is not true. That has never been the case. Past presidents are always the leader of the party until a new president of that party is elected to office or nominated. Okay, so President Trump is still officially the leader of the Republican Party, not Liz Cheney. And, you know, Liz Cheney is going to run, at least she's floating the idea of running in the primaries in 2024. And I don't think she plans on winning. I think what Liz Cheney is attempting to do is, well, elevate her. I'm getting a good night's sleep for the first time in years. I've been like a sleep apnea sufferer. And, you know, I've been telling you guys, you know, I first noticed this. The first night I slept on the MyPillow mattress topper was a week ago Saturday night. And I woke up on Sunday morning after the sun was up. That never happens to me. I always wake up at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning on Sunday mornings. But not the first night I slept on the mattress topper from MyPillow. And every night since, all last week, during the week, this week, I'm waking up when my alarm goes off. I always have woken up before my alarm goes off. Not anymore. Not with the MyPillow mattress topper. That's what a great night's sleep I'm getting. And don't forget, you know, when you use the promo code KANE at checkout, K-A-N-E, you save 30% off the mattress topper, plus you get 2 free premium MyPillows. And you of course are helping us out here on the Steve Kane Show, and we appreciate that. But you're also helping out Mike Lindell. And, you know, Mike Lindell is going through tremendous amounts of problems with his Frank Speech website. It's been hacked. He hasn't been able to get it up and running as he had planned. And he's having a lot of trouble there. And, you know, when you purchase these MyPillow products using the promo code KANE, you're helping us, no doubt about it, and please do that. But you're also helping Mike Lindell, and he needs your help. Mother's Day is May 9th. That MyPillow mattress topper with the 2 free premium MyPillows, your mom will wake up every day for years to come thinking about you and that wonderful gift. That's right. Remember, promo code KANE at checkout, K-A-N-E, and save 30% off. Plus, you get the 2 free premium MyPillows. Now, if you go to MyPillow.com, whatever special you see, you can take advantage of with the promo code KANE at checkout, K-A-N-E. And there is something for every mom on your gift-giving list. I'm just so excited every morning when I wake up on this MyPillow mattress topper, I can't stop talking about it. You should order one for yourself, too. You can also order by phone, 1-800-716-4879. 1-800-716-4879, promo code KANE, K-A-N-E. Good morning, you're on the radio. What's your name?
Hey, it's Michael Buzzard.
Hey, Mike, what's up?
They cannot touch Ron DeSantis. If you remember when he was running, they started the hecklers. You remember those videos?
They started the what?
When he was running, they started the hecklers.
Oh, the hecklers, yeah. Yeah.
At the beginning, he would be somewhere at an auditorium, and all of a sudden there's a bunch of kids who come up with, they just start chanting garbage. It doesn't work with Ron. It does not going to work. Matt Gaetz is another one. It's been over a month, and everything they said about him, total below.
Everything. I was the first one to defend Matt Gaetz. Okay, I was the first one to defend Matt Gaetz, and I've been proven right. And I'll tell you this: when Ron DeSantis becomes President Trump's vice president, we're going to see Matt Gaetz be the next governor of Florida. Because, Ron DeSantis is running for re-election now, so he'll have to step down to be vice president. His lieutenant governor, I've forgotten what her name is, she'll become governor. But in the next election, after this next governor's race, it probably will be Matt Gaetz as governor of Florida, and I'll be there supporting him.
And Liz Cheney, she's worse than her father. I mean, this woman is dreadful. And then the other one, Chris Christie, he wants to run. Yeah.
They listen, we're going to have they're telling themselves that President Trump is going to be too old to run. Let me tell you, President Trump is not a mortal man. Whatever age he'll be in 2024, 70 whatever, it'll be like he's in his 50s for everyone else.
Yeah. He will run. These people have nothing. When is this going to be, this retreat in Orlando?
They're plotting on how to. They're plotting together on how to stop the Trump train. That's what they're doing. You can tell by Liz Cheney this idea that she won't rule out running for president. Let me tell you something. There's no doubt about it. They're trying to cost us the 2024 election. That's what what Liz Cheney is all about. If Liz Cheney is our nominee, I will not be voting for Liz Cheney. If she were the nominee of the Republican Party, I would not be voting for her.
I'm not going to vote. I may just stay over, write somebody in. I'm not voting.
Well, if she's I think Trump will be our nominee. But if somehow Liz Cheney wrangled her way to be the nominee, I would write in Donald Trump.
Yeah, I would write in Donald Trump.
Yeah.
Snake is that Kevin McCarthy. That's another snake. He was on. I don't know if he talked about this or not, but he was on Chris Wallace on Sunday, and Chris Wallace killed him. He whipped him.
Yeah, I saw I saw some of that. He really screwed President Trump. Chris Wallace was trying to blame the Capitol breach on President Trump, and Kevin McCarthy helped Chris Wallace do it. Chris Wallace is a Judas. He's the Judas of Mar-a-Lago. He cannot be trusted. He told Pelosi he went along with Pelosi to take Marjorie Taylor Greene off these committees. He's the Judas of Mar-a-Lago.
Yeah. I mean, I don't get these people. There's something wrong with them, but they're trying to make all this fake hate. And you know what? There's 75+ million people that voted for Donald Trump, and they're not going anywhere.
No, we're not.
So I guess it's all about power. They don't care.
Well, I'm happy. I'm happy that Ron DeSantis derangement syndrome is spreading at a rapid rate. Okay, because they're terrified of Ron DeSantis, and you know what they should be. And Liz Cheney, she's probably too arrogant to have Ron DeSantis on her radar. But most presidents come from governors. Most presidents do not come from Congress. Very few do. There's some exceptions to that rule, like the current guy Biden and Obama. But for the most part, Bush, governor, right? G.W. Bush. Clinton, governor. Ronald Reagan, governor. Most Franklin Roosevelt, governor. Most of them come from the governors throughout history. So she's just trying to stop the Trump train. All right, Mike and Boca, take care. Thanks for the call. Good morning. You're on the radio.
Yes. Good morning, Brian.
Yeah. What's your name?
Yes, my name is David.
All right, David. What's on your mind?
Well, I love Donald Trump. He's a great president.
The greatest ever.
Yes, he is. But the only problem I have is that the Democrats are a party that sticks together. They're very strong. No matter what they do, they stick together.
Yeah.
The Republican Party is the party that they kill their own leaders.
Well, I mean, listen, you know, how can we stick together? Our leader is Donald Trump. So what are we supposed to do? Go and support Liz Cheney and the rhinos? I mean, we can't help that Liz Cheney and the Democrats don't stick together like they used to. Pelosi hates the squad. She hates AOC.
Right, she hates the squad. But the thing is that when they have a leader like Biden, which I hate, they don't see nothing bad about him. They stick together until they win. They're winners. The Republican Party, you know why Donald Trump lost?
Well, the Republicans, like, the first time I picked up on what lowlives the Republicans were was back in 2010, and that's when the Tea Party was very big, and we had all these Tea Party candidates come in, and the Republican establishment back then was trying to stop the Tea Party from winning these elections, and because they didn't want to, because all they care about is control of the party, not controlling Congress or the White House. It's a private club that they have, and they don't want anyone in there.
I agree, Brian. I agree 110% with you. 110. Look what they're doing to this.
Yeah.
The left is putting themselves all together to bring them out because they're the future of the.
This Matt Gaetz story. I was defending Matt Gaetz from day one because I knew it was crap, and here we are. And a lot of people told me off the air, you better stop defending Matt. When I went on C-SPAN a couple weeks ago, people were telling me, when you go on C-SPAN, you better not defend Matt Gaetz because something could come out. And here we are, like a month into this. Where's this so-called underage girl? Yeah, I mean, you're telling me that they have these Matt Gaetz victims and the media are sitting on them? Give me a break.
You're the only one that's out there fighting for us. You're fighting for Matt Gaetz, and you're fighting for DeSantis. You're the only one that I hear every single day. Because I'm a big fan of yours. I listen to you. I don't even live in this country of yours.
Oh, where are you? Where do you live? What country are you in?
I'm in Canada.
Oh, yes, Canada. Lockdown Canada. Run by a boy.
It's terrible over here. I love Americans. I'm a big American fan. I'm a big time Trump fan. I love the MAGA movement because it's for the people. The rest, the rhinos that you have there, are tearing this beautiful country apart. Just out. It's incredible.
Yeah, they are. They're terrible people. They're terrible people. Listen, the Republicans are planning this retreat the establishment are doing, that Liz Cheney is leading. They want to lose all the elections except their own. I mean, they want to keep their own seats, but they want to lose the House, they want to lose the Senate and the White House because they want MAGA gone. And they think if they have if Trump comes in with a bad loss in the midterms, okay, they think the MAGA movement's going to evaporate. Like the Tea Party is gone. They don't even the Tea Party evaporate. This is not going to happen with MAGA. It's just not going to happen. But the retreat is about how to lose the next two elections.
Exactly. You're exactly right. You know exactly what they're trying to do to the MAGA.
You don't think Liz Cheney would like Matt Gaetz to lose his seat in Congress? Of course she would.
She's the one behind it. She's probably the one behind putting Matt Gaetz into the pedestal.
Liz Cheney would be very happy if Florida went blue. Yeah.
She is the biggest traitor in the Republican Party. She's only about Liz Cheney. That's all.
Well, she's not about Liz Cheney. She's part of the deep state. Remember who her dad is. So she's part of not just the Republican establishment. She's part of the big deep state, the Bush dynasty, which has a background of FBI and CIA because the father Bush was director of both. So this is a big thing going on with Liz Cheney. It's not about her, and she may lose that seat of hers in Congress, but she's so hooked up. They have bigger plans for her. She might lose her House seat, but they'll find a way to make her a governor or a senator or run for president. If she loses the midterm, she's not going away.
I I'm sure of that. You're absolutely right. You have it on the point. Right? You really have it on the point. And I wish that more people follow and hear your voice. Because you're such an important voice for the MAGA movement. Because there's really nobody out there really telling the people what's going on.
Well, what you guys can do is subscribe to my YouTube channel, Brian Craig on YouTube. Tell all your friends. Tell all your friends. Share my videos with everyone you know on whatever platforms you use. Get all your friends to subscribe, and do all of that, and we reach more and more people every day because of people like you. All right, listen, I got to run for the bottom of the hour. Thanks for the call. My name is Brian Craig. This is the Steve Kane Radio Show, Florida's longest-running radio show. We'll be right back after this. Do not go anywhere.
Hi, my name is Tom Laporta, the owner of Laporta Contracting, Roofing, and Restoration. We have been in the roofing and construction industry since 1982. We are State of Florida certified roofing and general contractors, focusing on residential and commercial roofing, impact windows, and building restoration. If you have noticed any water stains on your ceiling, or if your roof is older than 15 years, you will want to call us to come out and evaluate your roof. Our services run from minor repairs to complete new roof systems. We install every kind of roof, from regular asphalt shingles, clay or concrete tiles, standing metal seam, wood shakes, and slate tile systems. Hurricane season is right around the corner. This gives us only a short period of time to make sure your roof and home is ready for the 2021 hurricane season. So don't delay and call us at 954-604-4602 for a free home inspection and estimate. Our website is www.laportacontracting.com, where you will find our latest video and live testimonials from a few of our past clients. Our number again is 954-604-4602.
The Steve Kane Show is brought to you by attorney Barry Siegel at the Siegel Law Group. Are you concerned with the distribution of your assets at the time of your passing? Avoid probate. Call the Siegel Law Group with 9 offices throughout South Florida.
Chris, $5 super chat. Thank you. Everyone thank Chris. My friend said she also almost got the MyPillow, then decided not to. No. What is she talking about? That's not true. That's liberal misinformation. I tell you, these lefties and their lies. All right, welcome back, everyone. 32 minutes after the hour. I'm Brian Craig. You are listening to the Steve Kane Radio Show, Florida's longest-running radio show on the radio since 1977. Now, Champagne Automotive Repair, they're amazing. They've been with us here on the Steve Kane Show about a year. Champagne Automotive Repair in Boca. They will never do a repair on your vehicle that your vehicle does not need. That's unheard of in the auto industry, right? You know, you go to these garages around, these big name places, and you're not dealing with a mechanic. You're dealing with a salesman. And he gets a commission on all the work you get done. So he's trying to get you, or she, trying to get you to get everything done that they can get you to agree to. Max out that credit card if they can. Probably offer financing too because they get a commission. It's a really dirty, low-life business. And most independent mechanics, they're not like Champagne Automotive. They're going to try to get as much out of you as you can, as they possibly can too. Not Champagne Automotive Repair. Well, they will never do a repair on your vehicle that it doesn't need. I tell you these stories of my experience, Steve Kane's experience, and they're just amazing experiences. Steve's son Tyler has a Toyota. He took it to one of the big name places. They diagnosed the car, printed out a list of all the repairs that was needed. He didn't get anything done. He took that printout, took his car up to Champagne Automotive, and had them inspect the car bumper to bumper. And they told the big name place told Steve Kane's son Tyler that he needed $843.12 in work and repairs that were not needed. $843.12 in work that was not needed. The work that had to be done was much less than that. $843.12 in work that did not need to be done to the car. Not at Champagne Automotive Repair. They'll never do a repair on your car that it doesn't need. And they do everything. AC work. They work on commercial vehicles, luxury vehicles, sports cars, classic cars, new cars. that are under warranty, old cars that have no warranty, whatever it is, they work on them all at Champaign Automotive Repair. They work on my cars, my daughter's cars, Steve Kane's cars, his kids' cars, and they should be your auto mechanic too. Eddie Jr. and Sr., father and son team over there, give them a call, 561-245-8101. 561-245-8101. That's Champaign Automotive Repair in Boca. Make sure you tell them you heard about them on the Steve Kane Show. Okay. Now, this Andrew Brown Jr. thing in North Carolina. I'm getting really tired of every week they've got another police thing that they're trying to turn into a race war. And Benjamin Crump is at every incident, except the one in Ohio. Yes, it was too much in the police officer's favor. But I read the story, and I want to share it with you, about Andrew Brown Jr., who they say was executed by the police. And they're pushing to have this body cam footage of the cops released so they can get everything out there. Well, in Columbus, Ohio last week, with the girl in the stabbing attempt, when she was attempting to murder with the knife the other girl, the police instantly released the body camera footage, and they're still trying to tear that down. They won't accept it when you see it. He saved the other girl's life. And what they're doing in Elizabeth City, North Carolina, you know what they're doing. You've heard it in the news. They've got to blur out the faces of some of the people in the video to protect their identity. And that doesn't mean the cop, because he's got the body cam on. There could be bystanders, because they know that the mob that's violent, because we see this in American city after American city, will start to target these people. And this isn't the New York City Police Department. This isn't the LAPD that have some big video film studios milking off tax dollars at the police station. This is Elizabeth City, North Carolina, a tiny little two-horse town. They have to hire somebody and send it out. It takes time. But it's not fast enough for Ben Crump and the family, who's trying to stir up a racial incident. Now let me read this story. It's from Fox News, and you get some info on this guy. Andrew Brown Jr., a black man fatally shot. I'm reading from the FoxNews.com website. Andrew Brown Jr., a black man fatally shot as sheriff's deputies executed a warrant in Elizabeth City, North Carolina on April 21st, was described as a drug dealer in the county and had a criminal rap sheet of over 100 pages. Oh my goodness. This caught me off guard. And had a criminal rap sheet over 180 pages long and dating back to May 1988, according to a copy of the search warrant and other records obtained by Fox News. How long's your rap sheet? You know how long my rap sheet is? You know how many pages I have on my rap sheet? What do you guys think? How many pages, if you were to get my rap sheet, how many pages would it be? 0. 0. Now, I've had a ticket or two over the years, not for a long time, but yeah. And I've had a printout with my traffic violations, little tiny computer writing. How much crime must you have done to have a rap sheet 180 pages long? Can someone tell me how old Andrew Brown Jr. was? How old was he in 88? Is that the year he turned 18? Or is that a juvenile? Because I'm just assuming that's not juvenile, because they wouldn't have a juvenile record available. So this choir boy, that they're portraying this guy as, has a rap sheet over 180 pages long and dating back to May 1988. His family and their attorneys entered the county sheriff's office Monday afternoon to be privately shown the body camera footage of the shooting, following a 2-hour delay with the county attorney to blur faces and to complete redactions of the video. 6 days after the shooting, authorities have provided few details about the circumstances of Brown's death, but the county sheriff petitioned the court Monday for the public release of the body cam footage, even as the North Carolina State Bureau of Investigation continues its independent probe into Brown's death. An initial search warrant signed off by the North Carolina Supreme Court senior resident judge states that they have a task force in communication with a confidential source who said they had been purchasing narcotics from Brown for over a year. The informant claimed that they had purchased different quantities of cocaine, crack cocaine, heroin, and methamphetamine from Brown on numerous occasions. So this guy has a rap sheet of over 180 pages dating back to 1988. He's been part of about a year-long sting with an undercover informant who's been buying all kinds of hardcore, the worst of the worst drugs from him. Brown would sometimes travel to Dare County to deliver narcotics, according to the informant. Other times, the informant traveled to Elizabeth City to purchase narcotics from Brown at numerous hotels and motels and Brown's residence on at least 3 occasions. On March 17th, the County Narcotics Task Force utilized the informant to conduct a controlled purchase of a quantity of cocaine from Brown that was recorded with audio and video devices. On March 29th, the informant carried out another controlled purchase of meth from Brown that was captured on camera. The warrant was requested by the county sheriff's office. So the deputies and agents are familiar with Brown. They know him to be a source of supply of crack cocaine, heroin, fentanyl, oh my goodness, and methamphetamine to the area. This was according to the warrant. Investigators believe his establishment where he lives is being used to store, package, and distribute narcotics, namely crack. 2 vehicles regularly seen at the residence were believed to be in Brown's possession and were being used by him to store, traffic, and distribute illegal narcotics. There's a reason to believe that the home was being used by Brown as a secure location to store drugs, currency, and records of sales and monies owed, the warrant says. The search warrant included photos of 2 vehicles seen parked outside. They list the vehicles. The informant described Brown as a drug dealer in the county and admitted to purchasing crack from Brown on multiple occasions. The individual also witnessed crack cocaine inside the residence within 14 days of the application for the search warrant. So, this is not a choir boy. This is a guy with a 180-page long rap sheet. They say it's over 180 pages, dating back his entire life to 1988. He's got a major drug business going on in this tiny town. He may be, as small as this town looked on TV yesterday, he may be one of the largest drug dealers in the area. He's like the El Chapo of this little tiny town in North Carolina. This guy was facing an eternity in prison for his crimes. Don't the cops get the benefit of the doubt in this one? I saw the press conference with Benjamin Crump. You would think he was, the local minister on the way to church when this happened. This guy's a bag. Benjamin Crump picked the wrong horse to get on this time. Should have kept his jet flying right on to the next city and skipped this one. Because this was, now maybe in the end it'll start to turn things against this mob, against our great police officers of this country. But this guy's a bad dude. In fact, haven't they all been bad dudes lately? Yeah. Good morning, you're on the radio.
Yeah, good morning. He was 9 years old when the rap sheet started. He's got 10 kids.
How do you have a record at 9? What could he have done at 9?
Sold drugs.
So this is interesting. Okay, so he was born like in 79 or 80. So in 88, that was an arrest at age 9?
Well, he's 42.
Oh my goodness. So he does not have a and that was the first time he got caught. So this guy probably didn't have a recollection in his life of a time when he wasn't doing crime.
Absolutely. And he's got 10 kids. I wonder how many women have had his children. Is that a racist statement, folks? Because I'm sure it's not one woman with 10 kids. This is a bad apple, and the fact of the matter is Benjamin Crump is a bad apple.
I mean, this guy, I don't know how he got to be a lawyer, because when he speaks, okay, his diction is like somebody uneducated, and they got these mobs.
Yeah.
And they're sitting in that. I watched that yesterday. I was in it.
Well, what's going on with Benjamin Crump is wasn't he the lawyer for Trayvon Martin's family? Isn't that how he became famous? Okay. You know, he got that big settlement in Minneapolis. So he's the go-to guy now to get paid. And, you know, and that's a drug of itself, because he gets a big chunk out of that. You know what I mean? And you know, he's the Jesse Jackson of the 21st century, and he's probably much better paid than Jesse Jackson was.
Absolutely, and then all the lawyers around him. The only one, and then they put his son up there. He saw his father get killed so many times on that video, 20 seconds. You know, I got to tell you something.
How many people do you think are dead that have been from these drugs over the years? And you know, whether overdose or got into an accident because they were on drugs, or drug deals go. How many people's lives do you think have been destroyed by his lifetime of drug dealing?
It's accepted. Don't you understand? What you've seen on TV is an acceptance of bad behavior throughout the country. These people are like gangsters. They remind me, they stand up there, they look like the Black Panthers instead of lawyers, and they're trying to get everyone riled up for more riots. This is so disgusting. Well,
you know what I would do? Okay, now this is what I would do if I were the police. Okay, and I would print up his criminal rap sheet on the computer, and what I would do is I would print it out on that old-fashioned computer paper where the pages are connected with those perforated edges that you have to tear apart and keep them connected. And I would have a press conference. I would show this stack of papers that are his criminal record, over 180 pages long. I would have a deputy get on each end. I give it and have them walk away from each other in front of the sheriff's station or the courthouse until they had the entire paper stretched out of his entire record. And then I would tell people how many feet long the record is, live on TV in a press conference. That's what I would do if I was the county sheriff. And that would be a very effective way to get Benjamin Crump to get on the jet and head off to the next town and get on with their life there. They got the El Chapo of this town.
Yeah, Benjamin Crump is a major problem in this country right now, and it's not because he's trying to stoke fire.
Well, not trying to stoke. He's trying to make money. He gets a third of these settlements, right? A third. They get a third. That's a lot of money. How much money did he get out of Minneapolis? How many feet would you guess a rap sheet 180 pages long would be? It's got to be like 20, 30 feet or more.
Well, each sheet of paper would be 1 foot.
1 foot? Okay.
No, each sheet of paper would be 12 inches. Would be 3 pages would be 1 foot.
Okay. So it'd be about 60 feet long. You know that could you imagine if they did that on a press conference live on TV? That would be amazing.
But you know what the problem is here? That I believe 3 cops resigned already, I think. So who knows what really, they're going to say he didn't deserve to die. Well, if he didn't deserve to die, no one deserves to die. Because I got to tell you something. He couldn't be living next to a school. Can you imagine having little children and he's feeding them drugs? This is outrageous in this country.
Wait, if a page is 12 inches, that'd be 180 feet. It'd be 60 yards, not 60 feet. So if they pulled out that a 180 foot long, they said it's more than 180 pages. So it would be at least 180, more than half a football field, more than 180 feet long. The record that would be the most exciting press conference in the history of police press conferences. It's my idea. Tell them up in North Carolina they can steal my idea, and then we'll take credit for it after. But that would be amazing.
I wonder how many of his children have rap sheets too. I mean, if he's involved in drugs like this, his kids can't be quiet boys.
Yeah. And then after we did that, if the press still gave me a hard time, I would call a second press conference where I did like a filibuster thing and read the whole rap sheet, all 180 pages. That'd be the second press conference if they didn't get off me after the 180-foot-long rap sheet.
Well, who raised 10 kids? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Yeah.
Or different women.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's pretty. All right, take care, Richie the bus driver. We'll take our last break of the first hour. What do you think about my idea for a press conference? Pulling out the rap sheet, the perforated pages, 180 feet minimum in length. Oh my goodness. That would be beautiful. That would be beautiful. The sheriff comes out with the box that's all stacked up. A deputy takes it and starts walking backwards. And then when he gets to the last one, another deputy gets on the other side and picks up the last sheet. They hold it apart, and then the sheriff walks from one end of the rap sheet to the next. Oh my goodness. They said over 180 pages long. Oh my goodness. I have good ideas. That's a good idea. That's a really damn good idea I just had. That would be the police press conference of police press conferences. Everybody, that would go viral. All right, listen, we're going to take our last break of the first hour. Indeed we are. My name is Brian Craig. You are listening to The Steve Kane Show, Florida's longest-running radio show on the radio since 1977. We'll be right back.
Stop paying an outrageous fortune for your tires. Go easy on your budget and buy your tires at Friendly Tire in Margate, where they have all the major brands like Goodyear and Firestone at discount prices that absolutely can't be beat. Steve Kane's tires for his Toyota van at the other shops, $175 a tire. At Friendly Tire, just $75 a tire. That's a $100 savings per tire. Tires for my daughter Emily's car, $135 at the shops around town. The price at Friendly Tire, only $65. That's a $70 savings per tire. These prices are out the door and on the road. Free mounting and balancing and no added charges. Friendly Tire have a great selection of good used tires too, starting at just $30 for most cars. Call my good buddy Friendly Mike at Friendly Tire. Tell him what you drive and he will give you a great low price right over the phone at 954-977-9445. 954-977-9445. Online, friendlytire.net. So you've been told you need a health test. What are you going to have to pay? Health tests can be very expensive. If you go to your doctor's office or one of the big labs, it can cost you hundreds of dollars. Sometimes I haven't had lab tests because of the cost. Then I discovered Any Lab Test Now of Coral Springs. Any Lab Test Now of Coral Springs' goal is to get you all the lab tests you need, save you money, and get you in and out in 15 minutes or less. At Any Lab Test Now of Coral Springs, you never need an appointment, no doctor's order, or prescription needed either. You can walk right in and have any of their thousands of lab tests done for just a fraction of the price the big labs or your doctor's office charge. Give them a call, 954-906-5983. 954-906-5983. Any Lab Test Now of Coral Springs is located on the southeast corner of University and Ramblewood near the Coral Square Mall. Any Lab Test Now of Coral Springs. Private and affordable lab testing. 954-906-5983.
Listen to the Steve Kane Show on iHeartRadio. Just search for WW.
All right. 8 minutes before 7. I'm Brian Craig. This is the Steve Kane Radio Show, Florida's longest-running radio show, on the radio since 1977. Do you guys know what I did when I got off the air yesterday? Some of you may know. Do you know what I did? I went and got my second injection of the Moderna vaccine, COVID vaccine. So I got my second injection yesterday, right after the show. So I'm approaching 24 hours. And I'm telling you, I'm not telling anybody what to do. I got the vaccine. My wife got the vaccine. We had two different vaccines. I had the Moderna. My wife, I think, had the Pfizer. So I'm about 21 hours since I've had my second dose of the Moderna vaccine. And I'm feeling fine. I have no negative side effects. My arm is sore where they gave me the shot, but it was sore immediately. The woman, when I got my first Moderna vaccination a month ago, it was totally painless. And it was like a miracle. It was amazing. But the girl that gave me the injection yesterday wasn't so good with the needle, and it hurt like hell immediately. In fact, I was over at Friendly Tire. I went to Friendly Tire right after because I got it at in Coconut Creek at the BCC North Campus, and then I stopped by Friendly Tire to say hi to Mike, and I told him my arm hurt. I said it felt like she gave me the injection with a knife, like she stuck me in the arm with a knife. It hurt. So my arm hurts, but I have no side effects. And I was really concerned about it to the point where here at the radio station, I had a best of show on standby in case I woke up this morning and was not feeling well. And because I was expecting to have side effects and not feel well today, and not one negative side effect other than the sore arm from the injection. And I made preparations not to be here today just in case. And I woke up like I always do, on my MyPillow mattress topper, of course, and feel great. So that's wonderful. And 2 weeks from yesterday, you got to wait 2 weeks, are the recommendations. And not that my life has changed. I've been doing everything I always would do. But Steve Kane got his. He also didn't have any side effects. My wife got the other vaccine. She got the Pfizer one on Saturday. Steve got the Moderna. And my daughter's getting hers this week. I don't know which one she's getting, but I know she's getting it. She's getting it this week. She talked to her doctor. So you guys do what you want to do. Talk to your doctor, make a decision. I'm not giving any medical advice. I'm just telling you my experience. Zero side effects. And I was really expecting that, because I've heard of people having negative side effects. But, I'll just let you know. And I have made a video that I'll finish today, every step of the way with my second injection. And I'll put it up on my YouTube channel today or tomorrow when I finish. After the show, I'll do a 24-hour update on my experience, and then I'll put the video together and put it up on my YouTube channel. So, all right, now, so in the next hour, we'll start getting into this business with John Kerry a little bit. But this latest incident in North Carolina, we've had, this critical race theory has too much of a role in our country, okay? Just too much of a role in our country. And, we were talking about the Oscars yesterday, and the only part of the Oscars I watched two clips. I watched the lady host, I've forgotten her name already, that hosted it, and I watched two other guys. They were talking about George Floyd and Derek Chauvin. They want to act, this critical race theory is just taking America by storm, and all the schools and the public square and everything else, and they're really using this to just destroy people's lives, critical race theory. And these police-involved incidents, they're making every cop Derek Chauvin. Every cop's Derek Chauvin. And that's just not the case, although he was overcharged and overconvicted. No. And they've had 2 weeks of cases. Both of them are from bad people. The girl last week in Columbus, Ohio, was going to stab the other girl in the neck. And that would have been deadly to the girl in the pink. So that cop saved her life. And now this guy in North Carolina, a rap sheet over 180 pages long, dating back to 1988, and according to Richie, the bus driver, he was 9 years old with his first arrest. What kind of crime are you doing at 9? How's he still free? The El Chapo of this North Carolina town. And he's the latest person they're defending. And, if they're smart, I don't know how smart these activists are, they'll choose more wisely before they get on board on another one. But they're defending a guy who's been dealing drugs since he was 9 with a 180-page long rap sheet. Last week they're defending a girl who was going to stab another one in the neck. And last week it was in such a bad state that they were saying, oh, knife fighting, that's just a rite of passage for black girls, black teenage girls. They knife fight, that's part of the culture. I've never heard that or seen that before. I've seen girls fight, white and black girls, never saw a knife involved. But and it wasn't a knife fight because only one of them had a knife. It's only a knife fight if both have knife fights. Both have knives. If one has a knife and is trying to stab the other, that's an attempted murder, okay? Big difference, not a knife fight. these last two that they've picked have been very, very bad people, and the media are still on board with them. And, these activists in these cases said they'll never be satisfied. They'll never have resolution. They'll never be happy. They've said this. There's no end game here. You want to talk about this defund the police. Crime in New York City is up over 200%. It's up over 200% in New York City. Can you imagine? I know, it's crazy, isn't it? And this mass retirement that just went in New York City, I don't think leftists realize how bad that hurts a police department, because when you get these officers retiring, you're getting senior experienced officers retiring. And some of them may be so old they're not on the street anymore, but those positions have to be filled. So experienced officers right under them get promoted to these supervisor positions. You're taking so many experienced police officers off the street that it makes the city even more dangerous. So an over 200% increase in crime, that's a massive increase in a city like New York. I remember in Escape from New York, they said the crime rate rose by 400%. Well, we're more than halfway there. And, and we have this government being run by people that are, one's checked out and the other one, tries to bail them out when they do crime. It's 7 o'clock in the morning, 1 hour down, 2 to go. We'll take our break for the top of the hour and come right back. Our number toll-free, 1-888-GO-CANE-1. 888-465-2631. 888-465-2631. We will be back right after this.
That you covered. AM 1470, FM 95.3, 96.9. South Florida's FM Money Talk Radio Network. WWNN, Pompano Beach.
Hey guys, Brian Craig here. Here on the Steve Kane Show, we love hearing from our listeners talk about their great experiences with our sponsors. Here's Rebecca talking about the MyPillow. Good morning, you're on the radio. What's your name?
Rebecca.
Hey, Rebecca.
Good morning. I just wanted to know, Steve and Brian, that I've been listening to you. I'm 57 years old. I've been listening to you since I'm 21.
Wow.
So you know, and this is my first time calling. I ordered MyPillow, and let me tell you, I thought it was just a, marketing tool saying that you sleep better at night. Oh my God. I'm here to attest that it is the truth. I sleep so much better. I can't even tell you. So I want everyone out there to believe that when people say you sleep better, you really do. And I've been having a lot of issues at night, and I've bought expensive pillows and, cheap pillows, and this has really made a difference.
Listen to Rebecca. Go to MyPillow.com and use the promo code KANE at checkout, K-A-N-E, and have the best night's sleep you've ever had with your MyPillow or one of the other great products that you'll find there. Promo code KANE, K-A-N-E, at MyPillow.com.
This is Dr. Mitchell Matez of the Biostation West Delray. Have you tried to effectively lose weight but failed? Have you worked your tail off trying to build muscle with no result? At the Biostation West Delray, we offer all of the latest treatment modalities, including growth factor and peptide therapies to help promote weight loss, muscle recovery, support cognitive function, improve libido, and more. If you want to get to the root cause of the problem, our medical team can do the job. Call the Biostation West Delray at 561-320-8893. That's 561-320-8893.
The Steve Kane Show is brought to you by Attorney Barry Siegel at the Siegel Law Group. Are you concerned with the distribution of your assets at the time of your passing? Avoid probate. Call the Siegel Law Group with 9 offices throughout South Florida, from Palm Beach Gardens to Coral Gables. Call toll-free 1-855-FLA-3782.
You are listening to South Florida's longest-running radio show, The Steve Kane Show. To call the show toll-free, dial 1-888-GO-CANE-1. That's 1-888-GO-CANE-1. And now, here's Steve Kane.
Hey guys, welcome back. My name is Brian Craig. This is The Steve Kane Radio Show, Florida's longest-running radio show on the radio since 1977. Hour number 2 has begun. It's Tuesday morning, April 27th, 2021. Steve will be joining us in progress in just a little bit. He was off yesterday because he had an appointment early in the morning. Actually, he had an appointment with Dr. Matez over at the Biostation early in the morning, and that's why he wasn't with us here. But He'll be joining us later today. Before I bring up anything new, I'll take some calls. Anything I brought up so far is fair game since 6. Brought up a lot of good topics in the first hour. And we'll start to get into John Kerry's betrayal and other things as this hour goes on. Good morning. You're on the radio. What's your name?
Hi, Brian. This is Verlonda.
Hey, Verlonda.
One of the things that critical race theory does, it legitimizes and it brings, I guess, to some type of redemption the drug dealer. Okay, so drug dealers across this country now can feel comfortable with the knowledge that there's someone that is in their corner. That's from what I can see a lot.
I mean, this critical race theory, what it's really about is it's one of the most racist things I've ever heard. What critical race theory tells you is that white babies are born genetically racist. And I watched a video on PragerU yesterday on critical race theory on YouTube. If you guys don't follow PragerU on YouTube, you should. They are very, very good. And they had a video on critical race theory. This was PragerU, and they did an animation. I'll just give you the Reader's Digest version of it. They said if a white person and a black person, this is how critical race theory operates. If a black person and a white person walk into a retail store together, and the person at the store helps the black person first, they're a racist because they don't trust the black person to walk around. They want to deal with them and get them out the door. If the black person and the white person walk into the store together and they help the white person first, that's racist because you help the white person before a black person. Critical race theory is a catch-22. Everything is racist according to critical race theory.
And the maniac that created it, when I listen at him, to be honest with you, if someone with just a wee bit of knowledge of logic and a wee bit of knowledge of the world, you could basically tear him down.
Yeah.
But here's what I want to say about this thing. I wish that the police department, if they could, manage to get a hold of some good public relations, because a lot of that is going to be critical, I think, in this fight against garbage like that. And by the way, with all their talk at the Oscars, none of us watched. Because from what I heard about the ratings, they really.
Well, I don't know if you were listening earlier. Did you hear my idea on how to settle this thing in North Carolina? Well, let me restate it again for people that are just tuning in, because I think this is a brilliant idea. This El Chapo of this little town in North Carolina that was shot by the cops, we find out he has a rap sheet that's over 180 pages long. And my suggestion was that the sheriff has a press conference, prints out the rap sheet on that old-fashioned computer paper with the perforated edges that's connected, and have 2 deputies pull the rap sheet out and walk away from each other, and then when they get to the ends, measure how many feet long his rap sheet is, 180 pages long. Do it on live TV and say, Benjamin Crump, come on over and let's talk.
That would be the way to checkmate Crump, because Crump uses voice inflection real good, like a minister, to get his point across, and that always works.
Yeah, and I noticed the people in the background, they do that, like they're in church.
They do, and that has always been the way to get a hold of us.
That's right, and what all that stuff people say in the background.
Well, put it this way: I just wish that a lot of these police departments will realize that is a public relations thing that you're talking about. There needs to be some type of plan when these media come in, because they do it deliberately. They know what they're doing, and they're trying to make a case for a nationalized police force, which
that's right.
Which is what Obama advocated when he was in office.
Like this thing with the Attorney General yesterday, Merrick Garland, who very well could end up on the Supreme Court if Biden gets a pick, because Obama wants him. This investigation of the police and the Breonna Taylor incident. This doesn't involve a federal investigation. The investigation was done at the state level, and found out that Breonna Taylor's boyfriend got involved in a gunfight with the police when they burst in with their warrant, and she was with him in the hallway next to him during the gunfight. So she was either working with him or being held hostage by him. I don't know which it was, but the and the Attorney General that oversaw that investigation is black.
And the bottom line is, with respect to that, Brian, is some women just don't know how to choose right. They don't know how to choose correctly. They love the stuff. There's a mentality, or should I say, a bewitching thing about being with.
Well, and women like real men. They like tough guys. They don't like girls. You know, these wimpy guys that are talking about their feelings and their ex-girlfriends and whining. They want to, and a lot of the thug types are strong men.
Exactly. Only thing is, they get you killed.
Well, in Breonna Taylor's case. Now, you know, I will say that maybe they should have waited for Breonna Taylor to go to work and nabbed her in the parking lot. Okay, I'm not saying busting in the apartment was necessarily the best choice, but it was a choice. But they, you know.
Brian, you know what? The cop had to do what they had to do.
Exactly.
As she is concerned, she owes it to herself, and it's her responsibility to choose the correct people to enter her life.
Well, you know, I got to tell you, though, Benjamin Crump is far worse than Jesse Jackson was during his peak, because Jesse Jackson didn't really cause violence. Al Sharpton did, and there might have been an incident or two with Jesse. Jesse just, yeah, he is. You know, Jesse Jackson just wanted to get paid, so he'd go to a company or somewhere, he'd harass you, you donate money to his coalition, and then he'd walk away. This thing with Benjamin Crump, it's a process to go through a settlement process, and it's like he's like a personal injury attorney type, going around, and it's really and the lowest of the low, and it causes violence. And if the sheriff would do my suggestion with the rap sheet on live television, that would be so effective, and it would save people's lives.
Exactly, for public relations. I just want to say one more thing, Brian. I'm not going to talk too long. But as far as Liz Cheney is concerned, they are interested. I thought about something Biden said in his demented state. He said that if there is a Republican Party, the way Liz Cheney is doing this and Kevin McCarthy, both those two people, you're right. They are interested in controlling the loss. But you know what? While they're doing that, this time they could conceivably destroy the party. They're trying to.
Liz Cheney is trying to lose the midterm and presidential elections. To end the MAGA movement. They think that if they lose, they figure if they lose the midterms, that'll be viewed as Trump's defeat. The MAGA train will derail, and if they lose in 2024, that'll be it for the Trump dynasty. This retreat of Liz Cheney's is planning, and I hope the president up at Mar-a-Lago is up early listening. Liz Cheney is at this Republican retreat, planning with her Rhino allies on losing the House and the Senate by larger margins in the midterms and the presidency in 2024 to get rid of the MAGA movement in their mind. That's what this retreat is all about.
But you know what? The MAGA movement is the Republican Party, and if they don't know that, Brian,
they don't get it.
As far as I'm concerned, they don't get it.
Well, I'll tell you what. President Trump should get on his private helicopter at Mar-a-Lago with Ron DeSantis. They should fly there together and take it over. President Trump and Ron DeSantis can go wherever the hell they want. There are Republican leaders, and this is their state, and call out Liz Cheney. And I got to tell you, President Trump, Kevin McCarthy, he is the Judas of Mar-a-Lago. He goes down here, he buddies up with President Trump, and then he hangs out with Pelosi and takes Marjorie Taylor Greene off of committees, and then he goes and has a press conference with Liz Cheney.
And says nothing about Maxine Walters and her interference in Minnesota.
Exactly.
Absolutely nothing.
Exactly.
Yes. But I tell you, she needs to be stopped somehow, and him, because both of them together, they are going to destroy the party.
That's their plan.
Let's MAGA stop.
Everyone talks about red pill, for the Matrix. In the last Matrix movie, Keanu Reeves meets the architect, the guy, the computer program that runs the Matrix, and he tells the Matrix is about politics. People don't realize it. It's not a science fiction movie. It's a political thriller. And the architect in the final Matrix movie tells Keanu Reeves that he's, that pull the plug. He says we're ready to have a much smaller existence here. It's okay. We'll come back. And that's what the Republican rhinos are doing.
That's what
they would rather control the loss than lose the victory.
And one of these, and Brian, in the not too distant future, they're going to see that strategy is going to destroy the party.
All right, Alana, take care. Appreciate the call. All right, you're on the radio. Good morning.
Good morning, Brian.
What's your name?
It's Andrea.
Oh, hey, Andrea. How are you?
So let me clear up the terms for you. The name of the paper is Green Bar. It has green and white stripes on it, and it's perforated.
Oh, that old-fashioned computer paper, yeah.
Yes. The name of weak males are soy boys because they have no testosterone due to the soy law.
Well, soy boys is maybe the phrase I use on the radio. I have another one I use off the air.
But I don't want to,
Starts with the letter P. You know what I'm talking about. Yes.
This is what I think. I think the Republican Party, and I actually think the Democratic Party, and I actually think the majority of our government are Jersey Shore-style reality TV stars. Like, this is just, they are feckless on a good day, but in front of cameras, pathetic.
Listen, look at Liz Cheney. Her father's a war criminal, and I mean, how many people? Her father destabilized the entire Middle East. There's a war that's been going on in September for 20 years because of her father, and they're bringing the troops home. And Liz Cheney wants to keep the troops over there forever. Well, it's easy for her to say when she's from Wyoming. I mean, what the hell?
I think that if a politician wants to start a war, I think their kids should be the first to be.
Well, I don't know about that. I mean, we're not in the Hunger Games here, but
we should be.
But the Cheneys are. This pains me to say because I was a strong supporter of George W. Bush and Dick Cheney, but Air America, remember Air America? They were very right about Dick Cheney and that movie about him that they did. He's a war profiteer, and this is the deep state, these political dynasties of the establishment, the old Republican leadership, and deep state. That's Liz Cheney.
But the scary thing is these politicians think the American people are morons. Like, they think that we have no clue anymore, and that we are just going to blindly follow whatever they want to do. Like, the perception of power, that's the card.
Well, this is what they think, okay? They think that what this whole talk yesterday of Liz Cheney running for president, I told you what this was. They want to lose in 2024. It's what I was talking to Rolando about. They want the MAGA movement in the Trump dynasty to fade away, and they figure we lose the midterms, we lose in 2024, that's it. The MAGA movement will fall apart. I was watching last night online on Right Side Broadcasting, Club 45 up in Palm Beach with an old friend of mine and Steve Kane's Joe Budd running that organization. It was a packed house yesterday. MAGA's not going anywhere. And we understand what Liz Cheney is all about. And we're not going anywhere.
So where MAGA should go? MAGA should go to the polls. And every...
Liz Cheney isn't going away so quickly. Believe me, they're not going to let her be out of the loop of power, even if she loses her House seat. I think losing her House seat is a tough one because you've got the Bush and Cheney dynasty behind them. You've got that movement behind them. That's a hard thing even for President Trump to overcome in Wyoming. But if she loses that seat, she's not going away. They'll plug her in somewhere else.
Well, the other thing I wanted to say about Trump, right, what the black community needs to realize is that race now has become big business. So these people like Trump are rooting for people.
Well, it always has been. Okay, race has always been big business. Al Sharpton, Jesse Jackson, and others, very wealthy. And what we have is this new generation of up-and-comers who are trying to get in on, on the action. They're trying to take over from the old guard. Look where Maxine Waters lives. She doesn't live in her district in South LA. She lives in a huge mansion that's about the size of the office building I'm sitting in right now. And they're all wealthy, and there's this new generation that's trying to take over.
Well, I think that Maxine Waters and Nancy Pelosi should both be meant to live it.
All right, okay. All right, listen, we'll take our first break of the second hour. 19 minutes after 7 o'clock in the morning. If you're on hold, stand by. My name is Brian Craig. We will break and be right back. Don't go anywhere.
You've heard Steve Kane talk about the great work.
Steve Kane Show.
Prices at Dr. Gupta's Brighton Dental.
Hold on. Be right back, guys.
Called Steve Kane on the air and told him about his experience at Brighton Dental.
Good morning. I have to talk about Brighton Dental because your sponsor is a miracle worker. I broke my tooth. I fractured it and it went backwards in my mouth. Oh my front top tooth. I put it back into the socket. It felt like it was falling out. I had pain. I couldn't even eat spaghetti. And I was going to a wedding in New York 2 days later, and I said, what am I going to do, And the dentist here wanted to charge me $120 just to look at it and to tell me he couldn't do anything. I went to Dr. Gupta at Brighton Dental. I traveled 139 miles. I would do it again in a heartbeat, each way, okay? The man sat and worked on my tooth for 2 hours, put a pin in it, put it back in place. I could eat anything I want. He said it was temporary. He did such a great job. It feels like permanent. I have no pain. I can eat anything I want now. And the fact of the matter, this is what really was unbelievable. I was getting on the bus to go to the reception, okay, in New York City. He knew I was in New York. The phone rings. Who do you think's on the line? Dr. Gupta. Right. He wants to see if everything is going okay and if I'm in any pain. The guy is unbelievably wonderful. I mean, thank you so much. I wouldn't have been able to eat. I wouldn't have been able to go. I would have looked like a pumpkin.
Everybody needs a great dentist, and of course, for you Steve Kane listeners, you have one, Dr. Gupta, and he's been over there at Brighton Dental. He takes really good care of you. He's very conscientious. He's, dentistry is an art when you stop and you think about it. And Dr. Gupta certainly is an artist, and we're so pleased to have him with us.
Yeah, I just wanted them to know if you need a dentist, and the guy is so good at what he does. He's so gentle, and I mean, I don't like dentists. This guy is this top shelf, and I'm going down to him to get it permanently put in. But right now, I don't have any pain. I can eat anything I want. Incredible.
Take Richie the bus driver's advice and go see Dr. Gupta at Brighton Dental. Call 954-922-4633. 954-922-4633. Listen to the Steve Kane on iHeart.
All right, welcome back. 22 minutes after the hour. Okay, a lot of fake news going on here about President Trump going to Jersey. President Trump is not moving to New Jersey. He is a resident of Florida. In fact, Ron DeSantis should put on the signs when you enter Florida, you are now entering the Sunshine State of Florida, home of the 45th President of the United States, Donald J. Trump. Donald Trump winters at Mar-a-Lago and summers at his resort in Jersey every year because it is so damn hot here in Florida, especially South Florida, during the summer months. So no, he's not leaving Florida. He's not moving out of Florida. He's going up like he does every summer to his resort in Jersey because of the heat. These rich people, they summer here, they winter there. I summer, winter at the same place, my house. But that's what people are like, President Trump's moving out of Florida. No, he's not moving. If you think about it, even when he was president, he spent the summers at the Jersey resort because it's so hot in Florida. All right, back to the phones. You're on the radio. Good morning.
Hey, good morning. How are you doing?
Oh, hey, Wayne. I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm okay. I was just listening to what a lady named Yolanda.
Uh-huh.
Where did you get her from? Huh?
She's a listener who calls the program like you. I didn't get her anywhere.
Anyway, though,
I mean, why are you using a term like that with a black woman? Are you suggesting that she is like a slave or something? Like I bought her? What do you mean? Where did I get her?
Yeah. That wannabe Candace Owen. You know, wannabe Candace Owen. She want to come on your program talking all that crap. Think that it's going to help her out.
Yeah, strong, independent woman's a scary thing to you. I know, Wayne.
Yes, because guess what's going to happen? He is going to miss up and say one little word, and you guys going to turn. You're going to turn against her in a couple minutes.
She's been calling this program for years and years and years. She was on sabbatical for a while. I don't know what happened, but she came back recently, and she's a great caller. She's everything you're not. She's interesting. She's independent-minded and a good caller.
Independent-minded and everything. Anyway, I want to address something. You talk about that fellow who got killed in North Carolina. You said that he has a rap sheet, 100.
No, I didn't say this. It's being reported by media that the guy in North Carolina has a rap sheet. Excuse me, I know you don't want the audience. That he has a rap sheet that is over 180 pages long.
Yeah, but that is coming from Fox News. And, you know, Fox...
No, it's coming from the local county clerk's office. That's where they got it from.
So they're able to have the rap sheet in him.
Yes.
Yeah, you only could get like a snippet of the video of how he was murdered.
Well, they have to. First off, he was not murdered. Oh, really?
Okay, I'm calling you.
Yeah.
First of all,
let me ask you this, Wayne. Let me ask you this. Excuse me. Let me ask you a question. Is America a racist country? Is America a racist country?
First of all,
yes or no? Is America a racist country?
The entire world is racist because
the entire world is racist. See, this guy, he's been calling the show for a long time. And the reason I'm talking. The reason I asked him that is he has a funny accent, this Jamaican accent. And my follow-up question is, if America is a racist country, why did you leave a 100% black country, Jamaica, to come to such a racist place? So then he amended his answer to the whole world's racist.
Yeah, so first of all, the entire Jamaica or the Caribbean is not 100% black.
Oh, 98, 99? Well, I'm not counting the tourist.
So get your facts together. First of all, I want to go back to that thing with that rap sheet. These policemen keep on stopping our young black men from their young age, and
he's 42 years old. He's 42 years old, and he's been running a drug business out of his home.
Yeah, he might have been running, which is wrong. But police have been stopping our young black men and putting charges. That's how they keep the living, the standard of living.
Oh, okay.
Policemen.
Yeah. They don't get paid. Listen, hold on. Police do not. Wayne, excuse me. This isn't Jamaica where you have corrupt police that take money on the side. Police are paid a salary. Excuse me. Police are not paid per arrest. They're paid a salary from the government.
Yes, they do.
Oh, you think they get commissions? Police get commissions. Oh, really?
Because
where can I find this story that police are getting commissions on arrest and traffic stops?
Because we call it revenue stop. They stop. They go inside this area.
No, but where? No. You said that the cops get commissions on traffic tickets and arrests. Where can I find this information that they have kept secret from me?
In Missouri, they did a study and found that police were stopping these people and giving them tickets, and when they can't pay them, they take them to the court and they were...
Yeah, but they don't pay the cop. When you get a ticket, you pay the clerk or the court. You don't pay the cop. They get a salary. All right, goodbye. That's just stupid. How can I talk to somebody so stupid? If they were getting commissions, everybody would want to be a cop. Could you imagine? You could just making money all day on top of your salary. Man, Good morning. You're on the radio.
Good morning.
Yes. What's your name?
My name is Tabitha.
Oh, hey, Tabitha.
So, I wasn't going to call in, but after I heard Wayne, I just had to. So, to put it into context, I'm a 37-year-old black woman, and I actually live in North Carolina, about 3 hours away from Elizabeth City.
Well, you must be very happy because the cops got the El Chapo of that city in North Carolina. Made your state is safer today.
Yes, we don't have that down here. I kind of knew it would be okay. But I wanted to say something to Wayne and the people like him. First of all, nothing that any white person or anyone else could say is more offensive than when other black people have that attitude towards us. People like Wayne do not care about the black community, because if they did, they would put all that energy into talking to our young black men and telling them, you know, how to stay straight and how to keep themselves safe, you know, this, that, and the third. Also, this is no offense to any immigrant, but for the context of how he was talking and making judgments, he sounds like he's not, you know, originally from the United States. And if that's the case, he needs to definitely stay out of our business, because white and black people have been on a long road to get to where we are now. I think that even with everything going on, we're actually a little bit closer to unity than it would appear.
Well, you know, when you listen to Wayne, he comes from Jamaica, which is a black country. If America is so racist, why would you leave a black country and come to a country that's run by the Ku Klux Klan, as he said things? Makes no sense.
To white people like that, let me tell you from the inside, they talk to y'all like that out of fear. They know that we are speaking for ourselves. They just know that we're busting apart that name.
Are you married or single? Single? Are you? I'm not trying to hit on you. I'm married, and I'm in another state anyway. No. Why are you single? Are you divorced? 37 years old.
I actually am kind of a nerd and a geek, and I just find that I just kind of enjoy life, doing my own thing.
Do you date? Are you dating? When's the last time you were out on a date?
About a year ago.
Do you date white or black men?
I date both. The last person was a black man.
Yeah. Okay. I'm just curious why a woman your age is not married. There's a lot of single women in the black community. Black women don't get married as often as white women. I tell all my single white friends, if you're having a hard time meeting a girl, go black. There's such a pool of single black women out there.
And a lot of us are excellent women. You know, it's really a matter of choice for sure. But yeah, I like I said, I heard the lady who called in before me, the one that calls in all the time, and I was so inspired to hear her. And then, you know, of course, here comes Wayne. It always works like that. You know, you get this inspiration, and then here comes the crab in the barrel on the back end trying to drag the rest.
Well, he's trying to bring her back to the Democrat plantation. Telling her name is Toby and everything, yeah.
Exactly. So I just wanted to put that out there, and like I said, just let everyone know, send some inspiration to my other, you know, fellow black Americans. Stay strong. Don't listen to those people. And to also, you know, let white and everyone else, you know, white people and everyone else know.
You don't feel empowered with Kamala Harris as vice president?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And I just hope Biden continues to hold on by a string.
God help us. God help us. All right. Hey, listen, North Carolina, I appreciate the call. We got to run for a break. Okay. All right. Listen. It's 32 minutes after the hour. We'll take our break for the bottom of the hour. Steve Kane will be joining us after the bottom of the hour break. Our phones have been very, very busy this morning. If you're on hold, don't go anywhere. Steve will be joining us, and we will go back to your calls after this break. I'm Brian Craig. This is the Steve Kane Radio Show, Florida's longest-running radio show. We'll be right back.
Have you gone without insurance through the Affordable Care Act because you thought you couldn't afford it? The times are changing. I have exciting news to share with you from I Will Advisors. With the signing of the American Rescue Plan Act of 2021, the government has increased the subsidies available to people buying insurance through the marketplace. In fact, even people making over 400% of the federal poverty level can get insurance now and not pay more than 8.5% of their income. There's talk of people currently paying less than $100 per month, and you could possibly pay $0 $2 per month with these new changes. It doesn't cost anything to check, but everyone must take action. This special election period will end, but the sooner you take action, the sooner you can start saving money. Call Dan at I Will Advisors, 954-753-8080. 954-753-8080.
If you suffer with diabetes, did you know there's a 25% chance that you will develop a foot ulcer at some point in your life? And foot ulcers, when you have diabetes, can lead to severe health consequences up to and including amputation. Now, Medicare recognizes the importance of preventative foot care and has provided coverage for those of you who are at-risk patients. I want to introduce you to my good friends at the Sole Authority. At the Sole Authority, at little or no cost, you can receive your very own pair of therapeutic shoes made specially for diabetics. You're probably not aware that as a diabetic Medicare recipient, you are entitled to one pair of high-quality diabetic shoes with 3 custom inserts per year. These are not the ugly Frankenstein shoes. These are name-brand shoes. They're stylish. They'll provide you with the extra width and extra depth to stop diabetic foot problems before they begin.
Awesome, Michael.
Oftentimes, amputation due to diabetes is preventable, and one of the preventable measures that is most effective is wearing the proper shoes. Call the Sole Authority at 954-597-7060 or online at thesoleauthority.com. That's THESOLE authority.com. Tell them Steve Kane sent you.
The Steve Kane
Yeah.
Show is
Sorry,
brought
something
to
wrong?
you by Attorney Barry Siegel at the Siegel
about
Are you concerned
Oh, I don't know. I haven't put him on yet. We'll find out right
at the
now.
time of your passing? Avoid probate. Call the Siegel Law Group with 9 offices throughout South Florida, from Palm Beach Gardens to Coral Gables. Call toll-free 1-855-FLA-3782.
Listen to the Steve Kane Show on iHeartRadio. Just search it.
All right, welcome back. I'm Brian. Steve Kane joining us. Hey, Steve.
Good morning to you. How are you?
All right, better than some of our callers. Oh, man. But they did avoid riots last night in North Carolina. I didn't see anything about that. No, they were expected. They were expected to be BLM riots, but they declared where that drug dealer was shot by the cops. But I guess they called him off last night. No violence in North Carolina. There's only one opening on the board. Do you want to take some calls? Okay. Now, anything we brought up today, since 6 is fair game on today's show, brought up a lot of stuff in the first hour. We've had some great calls in this hour as well. There's only one opening on the board at 1-888-GO-KANE-1, 888-465-2631. Good morning. You're on the radio.
Good morning, gentlemen. Conservative Doug.
Steve
Hey,
Kane
Doug.
Show.
Okay, guys.
Steve Kane Show.
You got to give credit to the blacks in
Hold on.
charge of this.
Steve Kane Show.
What is the population of blacks? 14 to 15%.
Hey, Barry, hold on.
In the United States.
Yeah, it depends on where you're at. 12% average. Yeah, about that.
But yet the media and all you hear is black, and we're racist.
Oh, you think black people have too much voice and impact because of their small percentage of the population?
It is. They're doing a great job. Whoever figured it out is a master at.
Well, the black population has been 12% my entire life. Do you know? Why do you think? I know Steve knows. Why do you think the black population has stayed at about 12% for the last 40 years?
Well, I know they love abortion.
Well, I don't know if they love abortion, but abortion has kept the black population at about the same population percentage nationwide since Reagan was in office. Yeah, that's why. If it wasn't for abortion, blacks would be maybe 25-30% of the population.
I would expect so, but like I'm saying, whoever's coming up with this narrative to always think about black.
Okay, now you're back into repeating the beginning. Now I got to tell you though, when this controversial guy in North Carolina, the El Chapo of North Carolina that was shot by the cops, he had 10 kids. 10 kids. Can you imagine? It's a lot of kids. That's more than you have, Steve. You know, and yeah, that's right. But you know what? There are people out there in this listening audience that have a lot of children, and certainly a lot of grandchildren. And what you want to do is you want to call attorney Barry Siegel, our estate planning attorney, among other things, to make sure that all your children and grandchildren are taken care of when you pass. Attorney Barry Siegel, good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
We are wonderful. How are you? Great.
One of the concerns that people have is what happens if they or their spouse become ill and need care, because the costs involved are devastating. So a major concern is if you have a spouse, what's going to happen if your spouse, let's say, has to go into a nursing home and you have to pay all those costs and it spends down all of your assets? How are you going to continue to pay for all the living expenses that you have? And also, if you have aging parents who are in the same boat who need care, and now they're going to start spending down their assets and run out of money, then what's the next step for you? You who, you're working, you've got kids growing up and all, and now all of a sudden you're in a situation where your parents may become a financial burden on you that you may not be able to handle. That's why it's so important to make sure that you plan ahead and make sure you have the correct information and do the planning that's necessary to make sure that this doesn't happen to anyone in your family.
Yeah. A lot of times, here in Florida, we have the oldest population in the country, so we all have experience of knowing someone that's been in these situations. And oftentimes, there's two spouses. One needs some type of care, whether it's home or nursing home care. They go through all their assets. Sometimes they even sell their home. This spouse dies. The surviving spouse is not only broke, but they're homeless. And and this happens sadly every day. And Barry, Medicaid planning, which is what you do, people think wrongly that Medicaid is for people that are broke, don't own a home, have no money, and that's not the case. You can help people in these situations, right?
Absolutely. We do it every day.
Yeah. Listen, call attorney Barry Siegel, and this goes for the adult children with elderly parents, too. You can call attorney Barry Siegel and take advantage of that no-charge consultation as well. All right, his number toll-free, 855-FLA-3782. 855-FLA-3782. Online, SiegelLawGroup.com. All right, attorney Barry Siegel, we will talk later in the week. All right, take care. All right, Steve, we only have one opening on the board where attorney Barry Siegel was at. You want to go back to the phones? Okay, let's go. You're on the radio. What's your name? Good morning, caller. You're on the air. Once. Yes, you're on the air. I heard you. We heard you say hello.
Yes, hi. I live here in Las Vegas.
Okay.
My name is... I've been listening to you like even about... I'm originally from Philippines. I'm a citizen right now, an American citizen, but just to let you know, you did a great job about everything that you said. And
thank you.
About the, I heard about the 45th president going to New Jersey.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't know that was
he goes to New Jersey every summer and stays at his estate up there. Yeah, every summer. I tell you, you're an immigrant from the Philippines. I'm assuming you did it through a legal process. You didn't go to Mexico and jump the border, did you?
No, I didn't.
But wouldn't that have been a lot easier for you, though? Yeah, jump in the border. Just you could have gone from the Philippines to Mexico and just walked across. That's a crime. Yeah, I know. That's a crime. Hey, listen, appreciate the call, all right? Thanks so much. Good morning. You're on the radio. What's your name? Good morning, caller. You're on the air. We don't know yet. They have to the state legislature will redistrict Florida.
Question I have is why.
No, that's a good idea. One of your sons run for Congress, Steve?
Totally.
No, yeah, so would I. That'd be great. Yeah. Okay. All right, that's it. I love a caller that knows when they're out of material. That was nice. Yeah, it was. It was. All right, let's take another call. Good morning. You're on the radio.
This is Robbie from Ohio.
Hey, Robbie.
Rob, how you guys doing today?
Better than Ohio because apparently, according to MSNBC, in Ohio, black girls get in knife fights all the time as a teenage thing. Do you see black girls in knife fights all the time in Ohio, like Joy Reid claims on MSNBC?
I do not, but I did plan to let you know that the story that you guys aren't hearing is that girl was in and out of foster care, and then she had the cops called on her 2 previous times before that incident, and she made the statement that if they didn't return her back because she didn't like living there to the foster home, that the actual place that sent her there, that she was going to end up trying to kill.
Oh, well, she tried. She did try with the knife to the neck.
And the sad thing is that nobody hears that story, and it sounds to me going in and out of the places she had some mental issues. So it's just
well, that case is going to get resolved because Benjamin Crump didn't stop by Columbus. If Benjamin Crump would have come to Columbus and had a press conference like he did yesterday in North Carolina, you guys would be in trouble. But I guess the police body cam footage can't get a settlement with that. She was trying to murder the other girl. So, Benjamin Crump comes to town, then you have trouble afterwards. He didn't come to Columbus, so that cop, he'll be back on the job.
Yeah, I really feel bad for the cop because the media is trying to get him fired.
He saved the other girl's life. Get him fired for what?
The post-traumatic syndrome from the cop, will have to make that decision. They don't, like you said, they don't know people who are cops, so they just think that they play Monday morning quarterback, and it's just really sad that they don't realize that cops have emotions too.
Well, this guy in North Carolina that is they're trying to turn into, I don't know, what do you call the male version of America's Sweetheart? I don't know what you call the male version of that, but they're trying to make him into a choir boy there, and we find out he has a criminal rap sheet that's over 180 pages long. His first arrest was when he was 9 years old, and he was running the biggest drug operation in the county out of his house. And he was being arrested on a warrant because of that. Methamphetamine, heroin, crack, powdered cocaine, all of it. The El Chapo of North Carolina, and they were arresting him on a warrant from that, and that's when things went south. But I'm glad they didn't have violence there last night, which was surprising. I guess maybe the 180-page rap sheet might have calmed things down. All right, if you're on hold, don't go anywhere. We'll take our last break of the second hour. Steve Kane is here. We'll take more of your calls and get into the possible treason committed by John Kerry. We haven't even gotten to that yet. We'll be right back.
Stop paying an outrageous fortune for your tires. Go easy on your budget and buy your tires at Friendly Tire in Margate, where they have all the major brands like Goodyear and Firestone at discount prices that absolutely can't be beat. Steve Kane's tires for his Toyota van at the other shops, $175 a tire. At Friendly Tire, just $75 a tire. That's a $100 savings per tire. Tires for my daughter Emily's car, $135 at the shops around town. The price at Friendly Tire, only $65. That's a $70 savings per tire. Tire. These prices are out the door and on the road. Free mounting and balancing and no added charges. Friendly Tire have a great selection of good used tires too, starting at just $30 for most cars. Call my good buddy Friendly Mike at Friendly Tire. Tell him what you drive and he will give you a great low price right over the phone at 954-977-9445. 954-977-9445. Online, friendlytire.net.
Hi, my name is Tom Laporta, the owner of Laporta Contracting, Roofing and Restoration. We have been in the roofing and construction industry since 1982. We are state of Florida certified roofing and general contractors, focusing on residential and commercial roofing, impact windows, and building restoration. If you have noticed any water stains on your ceiling, or if your roof is older than 15 years, you will want to call us to come out and evaluate your roof. Our services run from minor repairs to complete new roof systems. We install every kind of roof, from regular asphalt shingles, clay or concrete tiles, standing metal seam, wood shakes, and slate tile systems. Hurricane season is right around the corner. This gives us only a short period of time to make sure your roof and home is ready for the 2021 hurricane season. So don't delay and call us at 954-604-4602 for a free home inspection and estimate. Our website is www.laportacontracting.com, where you will find our latest video and live testimonials from a few of our past clients. Our number again is 954-604-4602.
Listen to the Steve Kane Show on iHeartRadio. Just search for it.
All right, we're back. I'm Brian, Steve Kane here. Let's take another call. You're on the radio. Good morning. Good morning, caller. Once. Sounds like you.
Okay. All the kids he's got.
10.
Yeah, that's not that uncommon with gangbangers and hoodlums.
No.
No responsibility for the kids they have, so they get any girl they can.
I don't know. It seems like he was making a lot of money. He may have been a good father. I don't know. He may have provided well with all that. He had a cash business going on out of his house.
He took good care of them. They're real.
Mm-hmm.
That comment really is going up this. Not in our major cities and small cities too. I think it's all a plan. And once they get enough to retire, then they come in with a national police department in your major city, and they got their Gestapo going. They'll hire just the people.
Well, it's going to happen. New York City, I read a story this morning. Crime is up in New York City over 200%. Over 200% increase in crime, and they have a huge number of senior officers who just retired. More will follow. You know, and the reason so many are retiring is because that cop in the Dante Wright was at 25 years. If she would have retired, she would still have her life and her pension. So they're not risking anything. So you're right. One of the major Democrat cities is going to ask for the federal government to come in and help them out with their police work, and that'll be the end of it. We'll have a national police force.
Before the citizens.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Oh, you know, I got to tell you, Steve, it's been 9 days now since I've been sleeping on the MyPillow mattress topper, and I'm in so much better shape than I was because I am so well rested each and every night. Every morning since I started with the MyPillow mattress topper, for the first time in years, I wake up when my alarm goes off, which is unheard of. I always wake up 20 minutes before, an hour before, 15 minutes before. I've never slept into the alarm. My alarm has been kind of like a backup in case, you know, and I always wake up before it. And since I've been sleeping on that MyPillow mattress topper, full night's sleep, waking up with the alarm each and every morning. And when you use the promo code KANE, K-A-N-E, you save 30% off the MyPillow mattress topper, and you get 2 free premium MyPillows. Now, I made a video, I was telling you guys the other day, I made a video of myself unboxing with my wife my MyPillow mattress topper, making the bed, laying on it, and showing you how great it is and how it works and everything. And I put that video this morning up at SteveKaneShow.com. So if you go to SteveKaneShow.com, you can check out me, along with my wife, making our bed with the MyPillow mattress topper and see me using it and everything else. It's amazing. And Mother's Day is May 9th, right around the corner. It's a great gift for Mother's Day. Now listen, if you go to mypillow.com, there is something there for everyone on your Mother's Day's gift-giving list. Mom, grandmother, mother-in-law, wife, daughter, if she has kids. And I'll give you just a couple of other things that the moms on your list would love for Mother's Day. Okay, the MyPillow Premium Pillows with the promo code Kane. They brought the special back. Their lowest price ever, just $29.98 with the promo code Kane, K-A-N-E, at checkout. The MyPillow Pet Bed, which I have for my dog and my cat, and they absolutely love it. The MyPillow Pet Bed has that same patented fill inside of it that the pillows do. And it's 100% machine washable. The MyPillow Pet Bed comes in sizes for every size pet you have, in multiple colors, just $19.99 with the promo code Kane. The MyPillow Giza Cotton Dream Sheets, 100% Giza Cotton. I have these sheets, and they were out of stock for a while, but they have them back in stock for now. And this is a great gift for Mother's Day because it's a BOGO offer. When you use the promo code Kane at checkout, K-A-N-E, buy one set of MyPillow Giza Dream Sheets, get a second set free. And of course, the MyPillow Mattress Topper, use the promo code Kane, 30% off, and you get 2 free premium MyPillows with that. You can also order by phone, 1-800-716-4879. 1-800-716-4879, promo code Kane, K-A-N-E. Did you see this story about John Kerry, Steve?
I did.
Oh my goodness. So he gave classified intelligence information to the Islamic Republic of Iran about Israel's clandestine activities in Syria. And he may have gotten people killed, over this. There were over two... No, but he gave them classified information confirming to them that 200 operations inside Syria were Israeli intelligence operations, which tips them off to, okay, who's behind all of these things, and may help them track down, people that are embedded, because Iran runs Syria. And God only knows what else John Kerry told the Iranians when he was showing off during that Iranian deal, but he very well could have gotten people killed. I mean, he should be immediately removed as the climate czar, and an investigation should begin to see if he got people killed and broke the law. I mean, this is a huge breach. Iran's our biggest enemy. Yeah, and John Kerry, all of a sudden, he says the Iranians are lying. And, he has a history of betrayal. He started his adult life betraying the United States when he called our Vietnam soldiers war criminals while the war was still going on. We had a guy on the show who was a prisoner of war in Vietnam, and they were trying to get him to sign the confession, and they would play for him. He told us this on the show. They would play for him John Kerry's testimony in Congress, that Genghis Khan stuff. So his whole life has been a betrayal, and this one is this one's really bad because he gave them top secret information on ongoing clandestine intelligence operations by our ally Israel in Syria. This isn't like he gave them old information. He was giving them information that was current. And so Jen Psaki was asked about this yesterday in the White House press briefing.
So the first one is, in tapes obtained by the New York Times, Iran's foreign minister says that former Secretary of State John Kerry informed him that Israel attacked Iranian interests at least 200 times. As the Secretary has shifted roles, he still continues to represent the United States on a world stage. Does the President have any comment or reaction to Kerry telling the Iranians about covert military action on the part of Israel?
We're not going to comment on leaked tapes.
Okay. And the reporter says, "Okay, did my job. I asked," and that drops it. And if you saw that if you see that clip of her, Psaki, yesterday, look at her condescending, snarky body gestures. Like, how dare you ask about this? Who do you think you are? I mean, she was really snotty about it, and that in the Iranians, I wonder why they leaked this about John Kerry, because he's been a big friend of theirs. For some reason, they're upset at John Kerry. I can't quite figure out why, but they John Kerry pissed off the Iranians for them to leak out that he... Now, another question is, did he give the... Because this is when Obama was president. He was Secretary of State. Did John Kerry go rogue and give the Iranians this classified information on these Mossad operations in Syria on his own? Or did Obama give him the okay to sell out Israel to the Iranians? I wonder which it is. But, the media are barely covering it. It's on Fox.
Everything. There are no consequences. It's gotten just out of line.
Yeah.
And that's in every area.
Yeah.
These things come out, and it's ho-hum because you know that no one's going to deal with it. The chickens are running the hen house, or whatever that saying is, and, it's...
Yeah. Well, yeah.
This election...
Yeah, well, we got a long wait for that. Well, listen, it's the top of the hour, so we'll take our break and come back with the third and final hour of Tuesday's edition of Florida's longest-running radio show, The Steve Kane Show. Our number toll-free, 1-888-GO-KANE-1, 888-465-2631, 888-465-2631. We'll be right back after this.
You covered AM 1470, FM 95.3, 96.9. South Florida's FM Money Talk Radio Network, WWNN, Pompano Beach.
Stop paying an outrageous fortune for your tires. Go easy on your budget and buy your tires at Friendly Tire in Margate, where they have all the major brands like Goodyear and Firestone at discount prices that absolutely can't be beat. Steve Kane's tires for his Toyota van at the other shops, $175 a tire. At Friendly Tire, just $75 a tire. That's a $100 savings per tire. Tires for my daughter Emily's car, $135 at the shops around town. The price at Friendly Tire, only $65. That's a $70 savings per tire. These prices are out the door and on the road. Free mounting and balancing and no added charges. Friendly Tire have a great selection of good used tires too, starting at just $30 for most cars. Call my good buddy Friendly Mike at Friendly Tire. Tell him what you drive and he will give you a great low price right over the phone at 954-977-9445. 954-977-9445. Online, friendlytire.net.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell, and I'm excited to announce my new product, My Slippers. They took me over 2 years to develop because I didn't want just an ordinary slipper. My slippers are meant to be worn all day long, no matter what you're doing, whether you're inside or outside. My slippers come with an exclusive 3-tier cushioning system that you won't find in any other slipper. It combines 2 layers of foam, including my proprietary My Pillow foam and a patented impact gel made from U.S. soybeans. My 3-tier cushioning system is going to help relieve pressure points, provide that micro support you need for all-day comfort, and help prevent fatigue. Not only that, my slippers are made with high-quality leather and a premium indoor-outdoor sole that make them extremely durable. I personally guarantee they're going to be the most comfortable slippers you'll ever own.
And right now, save 40% off the My Pillow My Slippers when you use the promo code KANE, K-A-N-E, at checkout at MyPillow.com or call 1-800-716-4879. 1-800-716-4879. Promo code KANE, K-A-N-E, at checkout. So you've been told you need a health test. What are you going to have to pay? Health tests can be very expensive. If you go to your doctor's office or one of the big labs, it can cost you hundreds of dollars. Sometimes I haven't had lab tests because of the cost. Then I discovered Any Lab Test Now of Coral Springs. Any Lab Test Now of Coral Springs' goal is to get you all the lab tests you need, save you money, and get you in and out in 15 minutes or less. At Any Lab Test Now of Coral Springs, you never need an appointment, no doctor's order, or prescription needed either. You can walk right in and have any of their thousands of lab tests done for just a fraction of the price the big labs or your doctor's office charge. Give them a call, 954-906-5983. 954-906-5983. Any Lab Test Now of Coral Springs is located on the southeast corner of University and Ramblewood near the Coral Square Mall. Any Lab Test Now of Coral Springs. Private and affordable lab testing. 954-906-5983.
The Steve Kane Show is brought to you by Attorney Barry Siegel at the Siegel Law Group. Are you concerned with the distribution of your assets at the time of your passing? Avoid probate. Call the Siegel Law Group with 9 offices throughout South Florida, from Palm Beach Gardens to Coral Gables. Call toll-free 1-855-FLA-3782.
You are listening to South Florida's longest-running radio show, The Steve Kane Show. To call the show toll-free, call 1-888-GO-KANE-1. That's 1-888-GO-KANE. And now...
All right, third and final hour has begun. Yes, I'm Brian Steve here. I was just reading this story. Listen to this. An arts advocacy group in Charlotte, North Carolina is facing backlash. Did you hear about this story? Not a lot of people have. Okay. An arts advocacy group in Charlotte, North Carolina is facing backlash after it apologized for funding white, Western, Eurocentric organizations, including the City Symphony Orchestra, ballet, and children's theater. The Arts and Science Council, which has been a main source of funding for arts and cultural groups in the Charlotte area since 1958, issued the extraordinary apology in a February report examining its funding processes. The report said black and minority focus groups have historically received far less funding from the organization than white organizations have in white art, while highlighting the steps the council has taken to alleviate those inequalities. So the symphony, the ballet, and the children's theater those are white Eurocentric things, and they should not receive funding, and we apologize. I don't know what the black community is offering that they want funding for, but this is getting insane. This critical race theory is getting out of control.
Not getting insane. It's insane for a while now, and it's unlike the country doesn't look like anything.
No, because they say everything is racist. There is nothing that is not racist. Everything is, like this story in North Carolina with this big drug dealer with a 180-page long rap sheet. I mean, come on. Did Benjamin Crump know about the rap sheet before he flew there? Now, there was a presser yesterday with Governor Cuomo, and he got questioned about all the sexual allegations against him. And this guy is as cool as BTK when he's questioned. I mean, he doesn't miss a beat. Let me play this exchange. This is reporters in New York, and it's a press conference. They start asking Governor Cuomo, Fredo's brother, about all the sex allegations.
Of acts, including groping, including overt sexual harassment of employees. You've pled for people to take an investigation into account, but you were in those rooms. You know the truth. So can you tell the people of the state of New York, yes or no, did you do the things you were accused of?
No, and that's why I said when people suggested, to put it very simply, no.
To all of you.
No.
The sexual harassment.
That's right.
Denying all of
That's
that.
right. Yes.
If Tish James's report comes back and finds the contrary, considering that you said zero tolerance for sexual harassment in this state, will you discipline yourself or consider resigning?
Yeah, the report can't say anything different because I didn't do anything wrong.
Governor, the New York Times put out a story a couple weeks ago where they interviewed 80 people either close to you or had worked with you, and they detailed accounts that you had said things like anti-trans slurs and also something to the effect of saying that Jews lived in effing tree houses. Did you say those things? And if
I never said any such things, and I told the Times that I never said any such thing. They printed slurs and slander. And you'd have to ask them why they did that.
Why would people say those things that you had said them?
People say a lot of things. People say a lot of things in politics. That's why do people say things? Who knows? People are venial. People want attention. People are angry. People are jealous. Who knows why people spread rumors?
Well, this guy, I mean, he's going to get reelected. I mean, he just...
We can never accuse the press of being Cuomo. That's for sure.
No, I mean
him like a.
And that press conference, they're even the anti-Semitism there at the end. That was a new one for me. He said some terrible things about Jews there at the end, and because he says it didn't happen, that okay, they accept that. That's okay.
Well, I don't know what's their option.
Well, go.
Cuomo questions.
Go to the women making the allegations. Women have come forward. Go to the women that have made the allegations, but they don't seem to want to do that anymore. I don't know. And all the nursing home deaths, all these allegations, anti-Semitism, they're throwing everything at this guy. I think they're trying to clear his slate so he can run for president or something. Because, I mean, they're even throwing anti-Semitism at him. I mean, this is... The New York press, they're going after him, but he doesn't miss a beat. All right, let's go back to the phones. Good morning. You're on the radio.
Yeah, good morning. It's Frank from Parkland.
Hey, Parkland. What's up?
Yeah, I just wanted to make a statement. I mean, unless we push back these people, they're just going to continue to run us over.
Who are these people? Who are you talking about?
I'm talking about Black Lives Matter and all these other organizations that are just, talking about all this racism which doesn't really exist. Until we, stand up to these people, they're just going to run us over.
Well, then what are we? What are we supposed to do? I mean, we're being vocal about it. Look at this story with the Black Lives Matter founder that has like 5 houses. In very expensive neighborhoods.
Yeah, we have to confront these people wherever they are. They're out in the street. We're out on the street.
No, well, I don't agree with that. No, we do not advocate that type of activity. No, we don't do that. That's not response. That's stupid. You sound like Black Lives Matter talking like that. That's stupid. It sounds, yeah, here you are in Parkland. Here you are in, give me a break. Here you are in Parkland. What street are you gonna go in front of? The Starbucks or the Pilates? Which street in Parkland? Wherever they are in Parkland. Give me a break. Give me a break. The fanciest neighborhood in town. He's what he means is he wants other people to go out and do it, not him. Oh my goodness, I tell you. That Black Lives Matter. I think it's significant that they didn't go out in the street last night in North Carolina. The city declared a state of emergency, and we're ready, and nothing happened. They didn't mobilize there. Trump had the press conference. I watched earlier. Before the sun went down, Fox News was broadcasting live from, I guess, the downtown area, and they said there were protesters in the street. They showed the camera. There were like 12 people. So, I guess they fizzled out in this town. They're not as active as you think. In some of these big cities, they might be able to mobilize people, but in North Carolina last night, they couldn't organize 20. And believe me, they wanted to have a display last night, and I don't think it's because of the criminal record of the guy came out. I think they just don't have as many numbers as people think. I don't know. All right, our number 1-888-GO-KANE 1-888-465-2631. And a lot of people out there are celebrating that here in Florida and Texas we're getting more congressmen in the House with the new redistricting, because the census just came out and we're gaining a couple in Florida. New York and California are losing congressmen. Don't get too excited about that, because we have 1,000 people moving to Florida every day since the shutdown. They're moving to Florida from California, Pennsylvania, Michigan, New York, and all these liberal places. And just because we're getting more House members doesn't mean we're getting more Republicans necessarily, depending on how they do the redistricting. And it seems to me, I think that these Democrat governors are keeping the lockdowns going as long as they are sometimes to get people to move to Florida and Texas to turn us Democrat. I'm starting to really think that. And we have so many people moving to Florida every day. The chances are we're going to get more because they're Democrats. They're stupid. They flee the tyranny of whatever Democrat governor that they're suffering under, and they'll come to Florida and they'll vote Democrat. That's how they'll do it. So it's not a good thing that the population of Florida and Texas is growing so fast, not politically. And they've been trying for a long time, the Democrats, to turn Texas blue. Florida flips back and forth, but has been really a Republican state since Jeb was elected in '98. But we're seeing the largest migration of people in the modern era in this country during COVID fleeing to Texas and Florida, I think. 1,000 a day. I don't know what the number is every day in Texas. and it's part of the Turn Texas and Florida Blue campaign from the Democrats. I promise you. And have you been following what's going on in California, Steve?
You're talking about with
Caitlyn Jenner now. You got to get your genders right. Yeah. Yeah, Caitlyn Jenner. Yeah. You know,
follow it. It's all over the papers. To a very good start here.
Brad Pascal from the Trump campaign is running the campaign, and a lot of people out there, well, a lot of people have not heard Caitlyn Jenner talk politics before. I have. And Bruce Jenner has always been a Republican, always. And he might be socially liberal on some things because, you know, he's a California guy. But he's a very conservative guy. He's a real Republican. I know he doesn't look like your typical Republican, you know, Caitlyn Jenner. But he is definitely got a good chance at winning this thing in California. It depends on how many lunatics come out and try to run and divide the vote. But Caitlyn Jenner, I think, is a serious candidate. I really do. People aren't taking Caitlyn Jenner too serious.
That way.
People are so fed up in California with these lockdowns.
It could flip.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
With Trump at the top of the ticket.
Oh, yeah.
Everything. What would happen if California?
Oh, they'd be done. The Democrats would be done. They'd be done.
Of course, that fear thing, you never hear it so much from Democrats.
Yeah. You know, during the break, I tell you, the people that, you know, that watch us on YouTube, they're so bizarre. Okay. During, when one of the callers was on, I choked on my coffee. And of course they say, I was choking, just clearing my throat, you know, because, you know, drinking some coffee went down the wrong way. And of course they're saying it's because I had the vaccine. You know, yesterday I had my second, yeah, I know, everything's yesterday I had my second Moderna vaccination shot. You had yours last weekend, right? So more than a week ago. And it's been about, 21, 22 hours since I've had my second Moderna shot. I don't have any side effects at all. My arm is sore from the injection because I had a bad person doing the injection, and it hurt like hell when she gave it to me. It's all I could do not to scream out. She was bad with the needle. I mean, I felt like she stuck me with a knife in the arm, not a needle. But I was expecting to not be able to come to work today because I've heard so many terrible things about side effects, and I don't have any. I don't have a cough. I don't have any fever, no aches and pains. The only thing I have is my arm is sore where the injection site was. And I'll tell you, though, it's not as sore now as it was last night when I went to bed. And I have 0 side effects. So that is wonderful. And I was a little worried about that. In fact, I had the radio station have a best of show on standby just in case I woke up today sick and couldn't do the show. And I woke up today and I felt like any other day. So it's and you didn't have any side effects either, and you had the same thing, the Moderna. No.
Any of my shots,
No. Yeah.
Not even the sore arm, which pretty much everybody gets the sore arm. I didn't get that.
And then 2 weeks after, so you've got less than a week, and you're good to go anywhere. They say 2 weeks after the vaccination, so you've got till I guess you got yours Saturday or Sunday. Last week, so after this weekend, you're like a free man again. You're totally vaccinated.
I love it.
Now I got 2 weeks still.
Does that mean I should have?
Yes. If they're still with us, because some of those people are up there, but you might get some bad news at some of those numbers. But yeah, and now I'm going to be I got 2 more weeks, so I'm going to take all the precautions I've been taking for over a year for the last 2 weeks. But when my 2 weeks are up, I'm going to re-enter society as a normal person. Aren't you? Well, we've both been locked up. My wife got her second injection on Saturday. So, we haven't been at a sit-down dinner in a restaurant for over a year. We do takeout. That, and Wings Plus in Coral Springs, by the way, they are open for takeout. And Wings Plus in Coral Springs will be on my list to go and have a sit-down meal in like a human when my 2 weeks are up and I'm fully vaccinated. And, Wings Plus in Coral Springs was voted best wings in South Florida by Sun Sentinel readers, which is, and I'm going to tell you, they're the best wings, not just in South Florida, not just in Florida, but anywhere. I've had wings everywhere. Never had wings that come even close to Wings Plus. And, everything at Wings Plus is homemade, from the sauces to the blue cheese to the soups, the clam chowder, the chili, everything. Oh yeah. Everything homemade right there at Wings Plus in Coral Springs. And again, they're open for takeout and dining in. They're open 7 days a week. And a lot of you people out there, Wings Plus is a place where people go and have events and have meetings at. So if you have an event coming up, call Wings Plus over there on Sample Road. You can have they got a special room for group events over there, and have your event at Wings Plus. Now, Wings Plus is located in Coral Springs, about a mile west of University Drive on the south side of Sample Road. When you stop in, make sure you tell Brian, he's the owner, that you heard about them on the Steve Kane Show. We'll be right back after this. Don't go anywhere.
Have you gone without insurance through the Affordable Care Act because you thought you couldn't afford it? The times are changing. I have exciting news to share with you from I Will Advisors. With the signing of the American Rescue Plan Act of 2021, the government has increased the subsidies available to people buying insurance through the marketplace. In fact, even people making over 400% of the federal poverty level can get insurance now and not pay more than 8.5% of their income. There's talk of people currently paying less than $100 per month, and you could possibly pay $0 per month with these new changes. It doesn't cost anything to check, but everyone must take action. The special election period will end, but the sooner you take action, the sooner you can start saving money. Call Dan at I Will Advisors, 954-753-8080. 954-753-8080. Do you think you've come in contact with someone who has coronavirus? Steve Kane's wife Lori did, and she went to Any Lab Test Now of Coral Springs to find out if she has coronavirus.
So I came into contact with somebody who tested positive for COVID, and I was scared, and I needed results right away, so I went to Any Lab Test Now in Coral Springs. It was great. I didn't want to have to stay in line for 2 hours and have a swab stuck down my nose into my brain. It was very pleasant. I made an appointment. They got me in for the hour. I was out of there within 20 minutes. Thank goodness the test was negative, and I can go back to work tomorrow. They also tested me for the antibodies, and I haven't been exposed. So do what I did. Go over to Any Lab Test Now of Coral Springs. They give great rates for Steve Kane listeners, and tell them we sent you.
It's worth 15 minutes of your time to have peace of mind and know that you and your family are safe. Any Lab Test Now of Coral Springs is located at 955 North University Drive on the southeast corner of University and Ramblewood near the Coral Square Mall. You can call them at 954-906-5983. 954-906-5983. Any Lab Test Now of Boca is in the Sandalfoot Plaza where the Western Beef is, south of Palmetto Park Road and north of Hillsboro. Call them at 561-237-5009. 561-237-5009. Make sure you tell them you heard about them on the radio.
Listen to the Steve Kane Show on iHeartRadio. Just search for WW.
All right, we are back. Let's go back to our phones. It's 21 minutes after 8. 1-888-GO-KANE1. Steve Kane here. I'm Brian. You're on the radio. What's your name?
Hey, my name's Candy from Margate.
Hey, Candy.
Hey, Candy.
Hey.
You called us, so I'm assuming you have something to say.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm calling because, well, there was an email from Runcie regarding, Stop Asian Hate and whatever. And I know he was talking about critical race theory, so it kind of goes into that because...
Now, Runcie is the superintendent of the Broward County Schools that was arrested last week.
Yeah. So, but basically, this link, it was sent out to parents, it was sent out to teachers, It had resources, and the thing that concerns me is that there was specifically in the link for teachers, I looked through it, and there was something, it was from the National Association of School Psychologists, their website, saying to avoid stereotyping people or countries. And I've never heard anything like that before. But I mean,
well, I'm not exactly sure what this is about, but it's a lie. There is this wave of anti-Asian hate crime is just an absurdity. It's the only attacks I see on Asians are in New York when black people come up behind them and hit them in the head, and you see the pictures in the New York Post. There's an Asian guy in the hospital now. I saw in the New York Post this morning. He's in critical condition. And they've got very good photos from the video of the African-American gentleman who attacked him. They're looking for him. They're asking for people, if they know him, to call the cops in New York. I don't know what this anti-hate Asian hate crime thing is coming from. It's new. There's no increase in it. I don't know what they're talking about.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. And then on top of that, so now you can't criticize countries, so you can't teach that this country did this wrong in this time, or...
Does that, yeah. Only America. You can only attack America.
Yeah. And it's kind of, it's scary, like what's going to happen with...
Do you know, okay, now you were talking about the superintendent of Broward Schools. Is he still on the job since he's out on bail or something now? Is he still on the job?
Well...
Have they fired him yet, the school board?
I don't know. From what I'm hearing is that he's supposed to be going to the school board. They're having a meeting today to see if they're going to keep him in his job or not, in light of the Activism.
How much you want to bet that they vote yes?
You will.
See, here's the thing. Yeah.
All the mischief around is organized by the unions, the various teaching unions. And
yeah,
they started this around the time that the Messiah.
Yeah. Yes.
We were just standing there, and I was watching the guy was interviewing a police officer. Guy was being interviewed by the police officer, and the police officer said, "Oh, didn't you see? We're trying to make a story that the Asians were involved. Well, when the Asian people."
Well, yeah. You know, the thing with the school board in Runcie, see, they're scared. The school board is scared of Runcie because he could start talking, and he knows all their secrets. So if they...
He's in bed with...
Yeah. So he's not going to get fired. Yeah, they might give him a raise today. If they're voting on it, they might increase his raise so he can, you know... The Broward County is the most corrupt county in America. More corrupt than Cook County, Chicago, Illinois. More corrupt. And yeah. All right, hey, listen, thanks for the call. Good morning, you're on the radio. What's your name?
Al in D.C.
No, Liberal Al. What's on your mind, Al?
Oh, a couple things. One, I don't understand your support of Matt Gaetz for governor.
Well, he's being accused. He's being accused, which he says is not true, of doing what you've done, having sex with a prostitute. Between you and Matt Gaetz, you're the only person we know that's had sex with a prostitute.
My brother-in-law bought the girl. I didn't know that.
It doesn't matter. And I got to tell you something. If your brother-in-law was paying prostitutes, I hope you told your sister.
You already know that the answer.
What did your sister say when you told her that her husband hires prostitutes?
She said he was not right mentally that day, and
oh, she stayed with him? Wow.
She's a gay.
Wow. You know, if you know, I have sisters. If I found out that their husbands were, yeah, I do. Yeah, I have sisters. Yeah, I have sisters. And they're half-sisters, you know, we have different mothers. But if I found out their husbands were hiring prostitutes, I wouldn't just tell them that it happened. I would tell them, you got to leave that lowlife. He's hiring prostitutes. In fact, he's so sick about it, he did it with me, and with me in front of him. If you had true, did you tell your sister to leave her husband who hires prostitutes?
She's an adult woman.
Oh, she's an adult woman. Okay, so now that we've set up your moral standards and everything else and credibility, tell me about Matt Gaetz.
He's a pedophile.
Excuse me. No, he is not. He hasn't even been accused of that. What is the, excuse me, what is the definition of a pedophile?
That he lunched with a high school girl.
No, that's not a pedophile. Yeah, that's not a pedophile, Al. A pedophile is somebody that has sex with children at a very young age. Matt Gaetz was accused by a jailhouse snitch who's facing a very long stretch of time in prison with having sex with a 17-year-old girl. He says he didn't do it. I stand with Matt Gaetz. We're a month out since this story broke nationally. Why haven't we heard from this girl who's now 19 or 20?
Gaetz didn't do it, but now we're going to figure
with that jail.
I've been to the Bahamas. What does that mean? I've been to the Bahamas many times. Are you saying that the only people that go to Bahamas are people that engage in prostitution? See, that may, Al, let me say this last thing to you, Al. Just because you have sex with prostitutes when you travel doesn't mean everyone does. Okay? All right. It's 8:30 in the morning, almost, 29 minutes after. We'll take our break. Yeah. If... No, we got 15 minutes till that. But if this story with Matt Gaetz and this girl was true, the girl would be out there already. She's 19 or 20 now, this fictitious girl. One of the young women on the trip, by the way, to the Bahamas came out. She said she knew everybody on the trip, including the girl in question, and the girl in question was over 18. She was not underage. So Matt Gaetz has been totally cleared by multiple people, regardless of these people's fantasies. All right, let's take our break for the bottom of the hour. It's 8:30 in the morning. If you're on hold, stand by. Our number, 1-888-GO-CANE-1. We'll be right back after this.
We've got you covered. AM 1470, FM 95.3, 96.9. South Florida's FM Money Talk Radio Network. WWNN, Pompano Beach.
Hi, my name is Tom Laporta, the owner of Laporta Contracting, Roofing and Restoration.
Steve Kane Show.
In the roofing and construction industry since 19...
No, we moved on to the break. We moved on. That was the end of it, Al, today. Okay. Call back tomorrow. No, you got to call back tomorrow. I can't put you back on. We went to break.
Impact windows and building restoration. If you have noticed any water stains on your ceiling, or if your roof is older than 15 years, you will want to call us to come out and evaluate your roof. Our services run from minor repairs to complete new roof systems. We install every kind of roof, from regular asphalt shingles, clay or concrete tiles, standing metal seam, wood shakes, and slate tile systems. Hurricane season is right around the corner. This gives us only a short period of time to make sure your roof and home is ready for the 2021 hurricane season.
Steve Kane Show.
Don't delay and call us at 954-604-4602
Hold on.
for a free home inspection and estimate. Our website is www.laportacontracting.com, where you will find our latest video and live testimonials from a few of our past clients. Our number again is 954-604-4602.
This is Dr. Matez from the BioStation West Delray. The BioStation is America's premier age management solution due to the extensive array of options available. At the BioStation, we take your health seriously. Our men's health program is doctor supervised with multiple options to treat erectile dysfunction and low testosterone. Erectile dysfunction may be a sign of a more serious issue, and our medical team can help you get to the root cause. Let us help you get to the source of the issues that are holding you back from leading a fulfilling life. If any degree of erectile dysfunction is holding you back, call me immediately at 561-320-8893. That's 561-320-8893.
The Steve Kane Show is brought to you by Attorney Barry Siegel at the Siegel Law Group. Are you concerned with the distribution
Steve Kane Show.
at the time of your passing? Avoid probate.
Hold on.
Call the Siegel Law Group with 9 offices throughout South Florida, from Palm Beach Gardens to Coral Gables. Call toll free 1-855-FLA-3782.
Listen to the Steve Kane Show on iHeartRadio. Just search for WWNN.
All right, we are back. I'm Brian, Steve Kane here. Let's go back to the phones. You're on the radio. What's your name?
This is Rodney from Georgia.
Yeah, Rodney, what's up?
From yesterday. You know, I told you.
Nah, that was yesterday's call. We don't need to have that again. Good morning. You're on the radio.
Doing today.
All right, speak up.
Hold on one second. I'm sorry. Yeah, this is Al, South Florida. How you guys doing?
Yeah, the other Al.
Yeah, I have a question. Just curious because I remember I've been listening to the show for maybe I don't know, like a little bit more before the pandemic. How long have you guys had this YouTube? You know, on YouTube this show before? Because obviously this hasn't been on for the technology forever.
I don't know. We've been live streaming on different platforms for years. We used to be on other platforms before YouTube.
Is Steve Kane ever in this?
We moved here. Steve and I were together until last year with the pandemic, and we moved to separate places because of the COVID. That's why we. Yeah. All right. Okay. This sounds like an off-the-air conversation of boredom. I don't know what that's about. Good morning. You're on the radio.
Hi, Brian. Listen, I know you got a 2-call rule. This is Verlanda.
No.
Muncie is asking for an outright dismissal of his case right now.
Well, that's what everybody does when they're arrested. They have their lawyers do that, right?
Yeah, but he seems to be confident enough to believe that they're going to dismiss his case or dismiss whatever's going on.
Well, listen. You know, this Runcie case happened because of a grand jury that was put together because of things that Governor Ron DeSantis put in place to get at the bottom of what happened in the Parkland shooting. And, you know, if the reason that Nicholas Cruz has not been tried and is still in the Broward County Jail is because the powers that be in Broward County are afraid of that public trial and what's going to come out about that shooting and how the government and the county and the police and everything else were being run. And they're terrified. They're terrified. And they're going to try to cover this up. But once everything's out, you know, this is Ron DeSantis' Florida. And if they, you know.
But he seems to be, from what I'm hearing, he's very arrogant. He's very confident. People that around him that know him. And he believes that he is going to be found innocent of all this stuff.
Well, maybe he will. I mean, everyone's presumed innocent until proven guilty in a court of law, you know, and people get indicted in grand juries all the time, you know. So, you know, I'm not saying that he's guilty of anything. I don't know, but I do know this.
But as Steve said, and he's right, and all of you guys know, Broward County is one of the most corrupt in the business.
Yeah, but they can't keep Nicholas Cruz in the county jail forever without a trial, and Nicholas Cruz obviously doesn't want to make a deal, or he would have made a deal already, avoided trial, and be doing his time. And he's in the county, and they also have not been able to bring the Broward sheriff's deputy that was hiding at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas to trial. And he doesn't want to make a deal because he has a pension that's over $100,000, and if he has a conviction, he loses the pension, you know. And so they've got these. All they're doing in Broward County is putting off the inevitable. Eventually, and then there's going to be a trial, and Nicholas Cruz's trial in particular is going to be live on television, gavel-to-gavel coverage from the Parkland shooting, and the Parkland kids will be back. They'll probably be in the gallery in the courtroom. It'll be on Court TV. It'll be on CNN. And these Broward County politicians are terrified of it, or they would have already brought in the trial and gotten it over with. I mean, there must be things worse than we know about that they're afraid are going to come out.
Feeling that is the case, though, Brian. I really do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right, take care. I appreciate the call. You know, if excuse me. If Nicholas Cruz wanted to make a deal or was open to it, he would have done it already. You know, and when his trial comes, you're going to have Runcie testifying, people around that program, that thing that he did about the cover up the crime rates in the schools. You're going to have Scott Israel, the former sheriff, will be in there.
Incredible scandal.
Yeah.
Crime in the schools. That led to all of this.
Yeah.
They wouldn't suspend.
They wouldn't arrest. That was beginning then, yeah. Yeah, when they started
passing special rules not to suspend blacks.
Yeah.
Make their statistics look good. If they're not arresting black students, that must mean there's no crime in the school.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then they
friend who was Roland? What was this?
He Roland Folks. Roland Folks.
Folks, I wonder whatever happened to Roland.
I'm sure he's still around.
If anybody knows, call in. I'm very curious.
Yeah. No. This is the Broward County politicians are terrified of the Nicholas Cruz trial. Listen to this. This is the story I was referencing earlier about New York City. An NYPD detective was attacked as he was investigating a robbery. The New York City Police Union is blaming Mayor de Blasio for soaring crime as the crime rate increases by 257% in New York City. A man was also just shot dead after asking a stranger if he is okay. So far, now again, we're not even through April yet, right? We haven't even hit May 1st yet. So far this year in New York City, 416 people have been shot, a 72% increase from last year. Now, last year was under lockdown, so all the gangbangers, I guess, were obeying the lockdown orders, but still 416 people shot this year. New York saw 50 people shot across the city in the last week. The figure represents a 257% increase in crime. On Monday, a 20-year-old passenger was killed in the back of a car off Park Avenue during a marijuana deal. On Friday night, Jason Riviera, age 35, was shot while helping a man in the Bronx. I mean, I don't think crime has ever been this bad in New York City, even back in the whenever days.
Like it.
No.
Never seen anything like it. And also, you get these eerie shots of, I guess Fox is located at where Radio City used to be or whatever, but you get a lot of shots of the city at times when it seems like there's nobody in New York.
They're afraid.
Empty streets up and down. People aren't going out of their houses.
Yeah.
Worse.
Yeah. Well, people are, now I think, I see that too. There's a live cam I watch on YouTube from Times Square. Day and night, it's like a ghost town. And last year, it was because of the lockdown. I think people are afraid to go out of their house now because of the crime. I mean, people will say it's because of COVID. I don't think so. I mean, would you walk the streets of New York when they attacked a cop?
I feel of it.
Yeah. It's scary. I mean, that's scary. And I'll tell you this, I'm seeing a lot of New York plates down here in Florida with younger people driving. Please do not vote Democrat down here in Florida. Do you want this to turn into that?
Isn't that our job? They're taking the first step by moving and coming down here. Isn't it our job to be sure that when they land at the registry?
Yeah. Republican. Straight down. I mean, but Democrats are stupid, man. You know that. They're stupid.
Whisper our skills.
Yeah.
Coasts should overcome.
Yes. That's true. That's what we're doing. Good morning. You're on the radio.
That's what I tell myself, at least.
What's your name, caller?
Hey, good morning. It's Jim from New York. How you doing?
Hey, Jim.
James.
So, the city's a mess. I mean, first of all, it started years ago with de Blasio. The crime's really picked up, but I mean, it started with The stench of marijuana is out there more and more. The stench of urine is out there more and more. Like I said, the crime is up dramatically. And like Brian alluded to earlier, this recent wave, this fairy tale about the rise in anti-Asian hate crimes. Well, the bottom line is all of them here in New York are perpetrated by black people, or the vast majority of them. But that's, of course, not.
Is that just a coincidence, or do New York blacks hate Asians?
Yeah, unfortunately, that's, yeah.
No, I guess there's...
Democrats have done everything they can to prey on that potential hate.
Well, of course.
I mean, that's...
hate is...
Well, we were talking, so maybe you have an opinion being from the city. We were talking, last year I would see on TV and online the streets empty because of lockdown. Now I see Times Square, even on the weekends, there's hardly anyone there. Are people afraid to go out because of crime now? Are they staying in?
That is correct. I mean, we love going down. We go to Little Italy, we'll go for a show, whatever. I don't care to hang out in the city at any point in time soon. We haven't done it in a long time, despite the lockdowns.
Yeah.
Just you're nervous. You're looking over. Steve, it's like going back to the late '70s and early '80s.
Really?
That's what it's like.
I think it's different. Obviously, I'm not a New Yorker, and I wasn't there in the 70s. But I think it's worse because at least back then, the police could butt heads. Now, you see this mass retirement of all these guys that got their time in. The police are afraid to do their job out of fear that they'll lose their job or maybe go to jail. So I think it's got to be worse now because you can't depend on the cops to protect you anymore.
And that's a great point. We're actually pretty close friends with a handful of cops, and they're saying that too. They're kind of just laying off a little bit and letting things go, and I just want to get my 20 years in and get my retirement.
Yeah.
And these are good people who have always loved their profession up until the last, couple of years with all the vilification of the cops. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. So, so these New York plates I'm seeing down here, are they going to vote Democrat after they escape New York Democrat tyranny, or will they vote Republican when they transplant here? I think they're going to vote Democrat and screw us.
You know what? Look, it's most of the city, Manhattan, and all the elites. They're all libs. But once you get into Brooklyn and out Long Island and north of the city, most of us are conservative. So I'm hoping that's who's the vast majority of people.
Yeah.
If I didn't own a business up here, I'd be out of here.
Yeah.
Thought I would say that because I love.
What business are you in?
I own an insurance agency.
Ah.
Explain it.
No, I can't.
Can you? If there's any type of crime protection policies, you could probably sell a lot of those up there these days. Listen, we got to run, but appreciate the call from New York City. All right, we'll take our last break of the day. When we come back, it'll be time for the Gold Report. I'm Brian. Steve is here. Do not go anywhere. We'll be back right after this.
Steve Kane Radio listeners love Champagne Automotive Repair in Boca.
I went over to Champagne Automotive, and I got to say that this man is the most fair mechanic I have dealt with in my entire life. We took a car over there that was not being used yet. It belonged to my 90-year-old dad. Everybody I had taken it to before was charging an astronomical amount of money. But when we took it over there, Eddie took a look at it, and I got to say that this man fixed the car. It's running like a charm. Anybody that needs a mechanic, I strongly recommend Eddie, and he is just the best thing that's happened to this family as far as car maintenance goes. It's fixed. Bottom line, it's fixed, and the price was right.
Champagne Automotive Repair in Boca will never do a repair on your car that your car doesn't need. And their prices are low. Champagne Automotive Repair in Boca. Give them a call. 561-245-8101. 561-245-8101. Hey guys, Brian Craig here. Here on the Steve Kane Show, we love hearing from our listeners talk about their great experiences with our sponsors. Here's Rebecca talking about the MyPillow. Good morning, you're on the radio. What's your name?
Rebecca.
Hey, Rebecca.
Good morning. I just wanted to know, Steve and Brian, I've been listening to you. I'm 57 years old. I've been listening to you since I'm 21.
Wow.
So you know, and this is my first time calling. I ordered my pillow, and let me tell you, I thought it was just a, marketing tool saying that you sleep better at night. Oh my God. I'm here to attest that it is the truth. I sleep so much better. I can't even tell you. So I want everyone out there to believe that when people say you sleep better, you really do. And I've been having a lot of issues at night, and I've bought expensive pillows and, cheap pillows, and this has really made a difference.
Listen to Rebecca. Go to mypillow.com and use the promo code Kane and checkout, Kane, and have the best night's sleep you've ever had with your MyPillow or one of the other great products that you'll find there. Promo code Kane, Kane, at mypillow.com.
Listen to the Steve Kane Show on iHeartRadio. Just search for WWN.
All right, the time has come that everyone looks forward to on this morning edition of the Steve Kane Show. Of course, we're talking about the Gold Report, brought to you by William Youngerman of William Youngerman Inc. William is an expert, in fact, one of the world's leading experts when it comes to the precious metals. He's been advising and giving these wonderful reports, people in terms of their gold and other investments for over 50 years now. And we're so lucky to have him each day on the Steve Kane Show, giving us the closing prices from yesterday, the opening prices for today, and what you can expect to see today. William, how are you?
Great, Steve. How you doing?
I'm doing good.
Yeah, gold precious metals gained $4 yesterday on gold, closing at $1,781 the ounce. Silver was up 21 cents at $26.18, while platinum closed up $12 at $1,238. Palladium gained a whopping $76 at $2,840. For those of you who bought rhodium from us, it's up to $26,000 still. Excuse me. Silver, gold is pointing up another $1 at $1,782 the ounce. Silver up 2 cents at $26.20 the ounce, while platinum is up $7 at $1,245. Palladium down $20 at $2,820. Oil continues to hover over $62 a barrel, giving strength to the precious metals as the U.S. dollar continues to fall under 91 now. U.S. dollar index at 90.90, and Bitcoin at $55,000. And that's pretty much where we are this morning, Steve.
Well, looks like another great day to stop by William Youngerman.
Let me give out the number. I'll give out the number over there. And by the way, you don't make a move either without talking to William Youngerman every time, Steve. Even if it's one coin. 1-800-327-5010 is the number. They open up weekdays at 10 a.m. 1-800-327-5010, or stop right in. They're located here in Boca at 150 East Palmetto Park Road in Boca, on the first floor of the Bank of America building, on the south side of Palmetto Park Road, and find them online, WilliamYoungerman.com.
William, you take care, and we'll speak tomorrow.
All right. Sounds good. I was just reading in the New York Post, the lead story in the New York Post, Howard Stern must be having a fit. The headline, Howard's End, shock jock Stern has lost his sting and his mojo. I just let me read you the beginning of this. This is the front page lead story in the New York Post. The Howard Stern Show, long in decline, is dead. In March 2020, when New York City officially went into lockdown, Stern fled to his basement in the Hamptons. Over 1 year later, and now vaccinated, as he first admitted on the air Monday, back from yet another vacation, Stern still has no intention of ever returning to his Midtown studio or his luxury Upper West Side apartment or any semblance of pre-pandemic life. The Howard Stern Show, who stayed on the air live, I'll remind you guys, as planes flew in the World Trade Center, is unrecognizable. And they have a quote here from Howard Stern: "Things will never get back to normal." This is Stern, just 2 weeks ago, saying, "I do not believe the pandemic will ever be over." And I got to tell you, I'm a fan of the Howard Stern show, and I don't listen to it as much as I used to. A lot of people don't realize this, but he's not a shock jock. He's a talk radio host, and he does a similar style of talk that we do here on the Steve Kane Show, a similar style. And he kind of learned talk radio from listening to Bob Grant. I've heard him talk about this, so you knew Bob Grant, Steve. He must be flipping out hearing this, but there's a lot of people on the left, like Stern, who just can't let this pandemic go. I mean, he sounds like he's a man who is terrified of life. The pandemic will never be over. We'll never get back to normal. I don't understand that.
Sounds like he's got a borderline depression.
Well, he just signed in December a new 5-year deal for over $100 million a year or something.
That prove to you, except that money isn't there?
Not to him, I guess, or he's got enough of it, and he doesn't need it anymore.
Pulling down bucks like that, sure, I'd be a lot happier.
And he only does like a couple shows a week, yeah, for that kind of money. And the rest are reruns, because I listen to them, and it's I feel bad for him, because you're right. He's dealing obviously with a lot of fear, a lot of depression, and this story has got to bring him down even more. Because when somebody's depressed, you want to talk about the New York Post must really have a thing for Howard Stern. To kick a guy like that when he's down in depression, that's not good. That's not good. I'll probably tune him on later today to see if he comments on it. He might. He might not be able to control if he's on the air live today. But that's brutal. But I think a lot of liberals are that way. They are, because still even today I'll see people driving in cars by themselves with masks on. You don't see people I see people by themselves with masks on in their car. I mean, look at this, and they.
It was yesterday about people's the New York may have peaked for the final time. There's a lot of depression up.
Oh yeah, well yeah. If you're a therapist, a psychiatrist, move to New York, you get a lot of patients because they're all depressed.
Yeah, but is it worth it?
No, it's not worth it. It's not, certainly in the wintertime. But
look, the only thing I can say to try to cheer up my former fellow New Yorkers, there was a time before with David Dinkins when the city bottomed out in terms of popularity, and everybody said, New York will never recover, and all it took was a couple of Democratic mayors to get in there. Giuliani is one, and who's the other?
No, Republicans. Yeah, Giuliani and Bloomberg was, after Giuliani, wasn't he? Giuliani changed the city. Well, look who we have on the line. Richard Pearl, the host of Richard Pearl on Politics, which immediately follows the Steve Kane Show weekdays at 9 a.m. on this radio station. Richard Pearl, good morning.
Good morning. So I thought I'd mention what?
Oh, yeah. You know, I'll tell you, it's a funny thing you say that, because no, like my mother has some of the same appliances she had when I was a kid in the 70s, like her mixer that she makes mixes up cake batter with and stuff like that. And me, I've probably had 10 of those since I've been married. You know what I mean? They don't make things to last anymore. That's right. Now listen, time's short, so don't touch that radio dial. Richard Pearl's show immediately follows the Steve Kane Show, weekdays at 9 a.m. on this radio station. So don't touch that dial. And his store, Simply Natural, is located in Sunrise, just north of Sunset Strip on the east side of University Drive. And you can't miss it. They're open 7 days a week, 11 a.m. till 9. The number over there, 954-741-4045. 954-741-4045. Have a great show, Richard Pearl, and we'll be listening and talk tomorrow. All right, Steve, you want to sign us off for the day?
Brian kicking it off, and I will join you in progress. Until tomorrow, on behalf of my technical director, Tyler Kane, Brian, you know, my left and right hand, and of course, I am yours truly, Steve Kane. Until tomorrow, God bless America.
1970 FM 95.
Okay, somebody asked, I'll answer this question, don't go anywhere. By the way, make sure you guys like the video. Somebody asked why sometimes I mute Richard Pearl at the end of the show. It's because sometimes he talks about a couple of things that you're not able to talk about on YouTube. That's why. But he's still out over the radio and all of our live streams. He's heard everywhere but on YouTube, because he talks about things quite often, most every day, that you're not allowed to talk about on YouTube. That's why I have to mute him on YouTube only. He's still on all our radio stations, iHeartRadio, and all those things. But those are the rules that we must play by. Now listen, if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. And everybody in here, before you go, please like the video. If you don't mind, please like the video. All right, guys, I got to run. I'll see you later. Oh, wait a minute. Wait, don't go. Someone sent a package. Oh, a listener sent a package. Wait, I'll open the package. A listener named Doris in Louisiana. Doris in Louisiana. I don't know if you're here. I have no idea what's in this package. You'll find out with me. Oh, it looks like a lot of stuff. Oh, look at the, a note. Mr. Craig, I'm sure you have more than enough Trump memorabilia. Well, here is more. Hope you had a wonderful birthday. It's only a number. Please give my best to Mr. Steve and your great wife, Kathy. Okay, let's see what we got in here. I don't know if you're in the chat room or not. Oh my goodness, look at this. Trump. This is like a magnet for the refrigerator. Trump is my president. For the coffee table, coaster. Another magnet. Another magnet, impeach this. These are both magnets. Let's see what else we got in here. Hold on, don't go anywhere. Ooh. This is a history of the Trump presidency. It's a history of the Trump presidency. From the inauguration, let's see where it ends. It ends with some vaccine stuff. That's pretty cool. Oh, there's more in here. There's a lot more in here. Let's see what else we got. Ooh, these I like. This I really like. This is awesome. Trump sunglasses. Look at that. Check this out. Trump sunglasses. Oh my goodness. These are awesome. Aren't these cool? Oh my goodness. Those are pretty cool. Let's see what else we got. Yeah, people send stuff to the radio station all the time. Oh, a Trump football. Oh my goodness. No, you cannot have, these are my sunglasses. Miss me yet button. Oh, this is a lapel pen, a Trump lapel pen. Okay. Oh, this is a cool one. This is another Trump lapel pen. Pretty cool. Let's see here. Oh, this is nice. This is a nice one. This is a new Trump hat. Trump 2024 hat. The Revenge Tour. That's pretty cool. Let me put some of these pins inside the hat so I don't lose them. Oh, this is for when I go play golf at Mar-a-Lago. Trump 2024 golf ball. Pretty cool, huh? A Make America Great Again golf ball. Oh, this is a wristband, a Trump wristband. See if you can see it. I'm not sure what this is. Oh my goodness. Don't tread on Trump. Keep America Great flag. I'll hold it up to you guys. Pretty cool. Pretty cool, huh? Okay, and then it says at the okay. Oh my God, this is like a Trump care package. Yeah, I'll fold that up in a minute. Kevin, no, the reason I do that, it's not on purpose. You're talking about sometimes callers are muted. Because it's the way it works, I'll demonstrate because I got all the equipment on still. Let me show you this last thing first. Oh my goodness. This is a Trump 2024 flag. Save America Again flag. There you go. Pretty cool, huh? I don't know if you can see it. There you go. Pretty awesome stuff. Well, thank you, Doris in Louisiana. Okay, before I go, I'll explain, because the one caller said about muting callers. Remember, we're on the radio, so primarily we have to broadcast for the radio. And you hear the audio out of the studio speakers. And the reason I do it that way, instead, I could plug the board audio into the stream, but then you wouldn't be able to hear me during the commercial breaks and things like that. You would just hear what went over the air, which includes the commercials and all of that. So you hear, when you're watching on YouTube, you're hearing on our studio speakers. I'll show you in a second. So because it's a radio studio, if you have the speakers on playing things at the same time a mic is on, you get feedback that goes out over the radio. So when my mic is on, it mutes the speakers. Let me I'll play a commercial to demonstrate, okay?
If you suffer with diabetes, did you know there's a
now
25%
my mic is off.
develop a foot ulcer
I'll turn my mic
at some
on.
point
My mic's on. You see? You can't hear it because my mic is on. It mutes it so there's not feedback off my microphone. I'll turn my mic off, you'll hear it again.
recognizes the importance
That's off.
of preventative foot care and has
Mic
provided
on, muted. So sometimes, so when I'm talking to a caller or Steve, I turn my mic off when they're talking. But sometimes I get caught up in the conversation and I forget to turn my mic off.
therapeutic shoes
Hey,
made specially.
that's why it's that way. That's all. No conspiracy. Great gifts. Thanks so much. All right, guys, I got to take off. I got things to do, but I'll see you later, all right? Take care. Thanks for watching. Make sure you like the video.